Okay. And then I'm going to do a quick sound check in a moment. Okay. Okay. I can hear my own voice on the stream. Everything appears to be working. All right. Against all odds, we are back, folks. Hang on, I gotta wait until every piece of electronics I own tells me that I've gone live. All right. It's usually customary for me to ask one of you to fill in what happened last time, but it is also customary after a long hiatus for me to just go ahead and take the reins on this one.
It has been 5 months.
So here we go. Wild. Your old enemy Graves has arrived, and not alone. He still carries upon his back the cursed blade Endbringer, which you used to carry. But probably more pressing is the red dragon, large enough to crush the plank under her weight, standing menacingly in the middle of the village of Bifrost. Graves' first order of business was punishing Wilhelm. Wilhelm's exact crimes are not entirely clear to you. Insubordination, dereliction, who knows? At any rate, a single twist of the wrist and Wilhelm fell. You heard a shriek of anguish, and then people began to run. At this point, it is complete pandemonium in the village. Bifrost's population, including your military camped nearby, are in full panic. Some troops and some of your closest allies are doing their level best to help everyone to safety. But right this second, you have other concerns. And unless any of you say otherwise, I'm going to assume that the rest of you have followed the sound of commotion until you have sight of Wild standing off against Graves and this colossal red terror.
Brando was busy in the lab with Nurse.
We were all downstairs, but I'm sure we all heard the explosion.
And the scream.
Yeah.
If
he didn't, I'm sure one of us pounded on the... Sorry.
Say again, Taylor?
I think Zakar actually made it outside, literally stepped out the door, and that was the end of the session.
I was outside. I was outside, getting the graveyard ready, using up all of my rages to lift rocks.
Yep.
Right.
I used all of my spell slots, curing everybody's hangovers from the night of partying from before. We're smart. Surely nothing's gonna attack us in our house.
Surely no one would step to us in our own crib.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, Todd, if I'm sure we heard the scream, we probably would have pounded on the door for Brando's lab and been like, Brando, something's going on.
Okay. Brando hears it and, okay, what's happening? I'm busy. We're busy.
Screams.
Screams.
Screams upstairs. We should go check out the screams. Sounds
all right,
bad.
We're going out there. Brando hurries up and climbs up the ladder and stuff.
Okay. So,
Cinnamon, stay here. It's dangerous for baby dragons.
Yeah, Cinnamon stays behind, mostly because he's caged in. Narrative. You guys get to a point where you all step out front of the plank. From here, you can see the whole scene. You can see Wilhelm on the ground, head crushed like a tomato can. Wild still clutching Wilhelm's hat that threatened to blow away in the wind produced by the dragon's beating wings. Do you wish to join your friend?
Brando steps forward and goes, I am the mayor of this town. We might be doomed. What are your demands?
Crickets.
So Brando's joining Wild, it sounds
Brando
like.
is joining
Right.
Wild.
Wild puts a hand on his sword and doesn't let Brando get close enough to Graves for Graves to lunge and stab Brando.
Ooh.
Just bucking that one off real quick. Just like if Brando tries to get any closer than Wild is, he full hand on his chest, just
Got it.
Also, Brando is freaking out inside, but he's putting on a solid face.
Oh yeah, naturally.
Mm.
you know what, DM?
Yeah.
I would actually like to prepare an action.
Okay. Sure.
If Graves looks like he is about to launch an attack before our dialogue ends, I would like to step in front of and take the attack.
Okay. If he goes after Brando, basically, you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
nope, me instead.
yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I would like to interposition myself.
Okay.
Just
do
as a readied action. Just
Me-
if it happens.
darken the grid a little bit for you guys. Okay. Anybody else want to join Wild in the fray?
I want to join the fight.
Does anybody not want to join Wild in the fray?
Well,
gonna-
I guess I'm kind of confused about what you're asking, Chris, because
Should
we
we
all
be-
agree that we're all running outside.
Sure.
So what is the actual action in question?
All right. Well,
Helping townspeople?
let me ask you this: Graves and a dragon are facing off with Wild over here.
Right.
Do you want to be a part of that or no?
What else would we do?
Are you asking me?
That's I was gonna say it's like
'Cause
I
I don't
agree
know.
with you, but that's the point of Chris's question.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not putting forth an alternative. I'm just saying, is this where you want to be? You don't have to. I'm not the boss of you. I'm just the DM.
Dragonfire, it's a cone. It's a cone, dragonfire.
Yeah, yeah.
no. All it's everyone who knows who Graves is going to be here. I'm sure. What Pemberley Treadstedge does next is going to be very interesting.
I'm going to turn invisible,
Okay.
and
Nice.
I'm going to just sort of sneak behind this. Whoop. Oh dang! Oh, I'm gonna sneak behind the little. I think is that a little cistern over.
Our statue. Oh, this is our statue of Vilmac.
it's a statue of an old friend of theirs carrying an endless cask that is just pouring beer into a fountain.
Our friend who died.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
But it's
there's
a
a
statue.
there's a maybe like a I mean I would say like waist high, but for you it's probably like neck high wall that goes around and it's full of ale.
And I'm going to try to use a noise from the water going or from the ale being poured down to try to mask my approach.
Okay. You can go ahead and make a stealth check. Zakar, are you hanging back or are you moving up?
No, moving up.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna put Zakar
I will.
right
Move. Yeah, that's fine.
there. Alrighty.
Okay.
Good to know. And Pemberley will I'll just leave you where you are, but you can make a stealth check at your leisure and. Ah!
Sorry. Sorry. Oh god. Sorry.
I really need to turn that
you can
feature
make a
off.
stealth check, stare.
Yeah. Hey guys, I rolled a 4. I need to turn. Hang on. Let me see if I can turn that off.
M.
Pan to
One of
token.
these days though. 10.
Okay, cool. At the very least, I don't want my cameraman to be ripped to whoever's talking. All right. You guys can position yourselves in that scene if you don't like that configuration. I just threw you there haphazardly. But
Oh, actually, it was.
I mean, if anything, the cameraman should go to the one that's talking. It'd be like the one thing that makes sense.
yeah, but more often than not, people talk without considering that the camera is going to be ripped directly to their face.
That's fair.
All right. Okay. As the rest of you go to join Wild. Yes.
Nope, sorry, that's okay. I found him. I was looking for
Okay.
Wilhelm's body.
Yeah, he's the thing with a skull over him.
Yeah.
I will reiterate a bit of dialogue since it got eaten in the last VOD. But the thing that Graves says to you all after he dismounts, hold for voice changer.
May I present Shergo Leylaneth, the devouring conflagration. She has assured me of two things. First, it is most unwise to claim that which once belonged to a red dragon. And second, she has allowed me the opportunity to deal with you myself before she turns this village into a cautionary tale.
Look
So-
straight back at Graves
What?
and
would-
just go ahead. You guys
Go
want?
ahead.
No,
I'm just gonna look straight back at Graves and just say, "Good thing we never take anything from dragons."
I don't recall us directly taking anything from a dragon.
we've totally
We
taken
have
pieces
rep-
of the Rod of Seven from like 2 dragons.
I don't know them
But they were white dragons.
exactly. They're
Different
different.
dragons.
What has been taken, may I ask?
That is not my business, it is hers.
And she kind of
Brando
like
turns his attention to
exhales
the dragon.
out of her nostrils. Imagine 2 blowtorches just.
I would like to bow to the dragon and then put my hand on Brando's shoulder and make him bow to the dragon too. Real quick.
No, takes the bow since he's like just he's doing everything he can to keep together. All right,
Oh,
your great flaminess, what has been taken?
Let me find a voice. The dragon would most likely say a couple of things in Draconic first, before stooping to a language you can understand.
My book. I flip through my book and I find hate. He said hate. They said hate. I'm not getting much.
I have followed the scent of my missing ilk for several years now.
you're missing
Imagine
milk?
my surprise to find this landmark.
Well, I would have to say we rescued a red dragon and have been feeding it plentifully and raising it well. Could this red dragon be yours?
You will produce it.
Brando's like gives a salute.
You're not gonna hurt
Um,
him, right?
What?
You're not gonna hurt him, right?
I am not going to hurt him.
No. Mama dragon? Lady dragon?
What I do is my business.
Hmm.
Brando looks to Cyrus, is unsure if Cyrus is able to do the task.
No,
If
go
none
for
of
it.
you want to, Brando will do it.
Wild absolutely goes down to get Cinnamon.
Okay.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
unless any of you guys want to, Wild will definitely like put his hand on
Yep.
like your shoulder and just be like, one moment.
Wild's the one that makes the most sense. He spent the most time bonding with Cinnamon.
Sure.
Eating him
Yeah.
bacon, teaching him
So
words.
we don't have to cut away or anything, but you can go.
Put him in with some bacon and I cuddle him.
Yeah.
And then Does he in our pile of treasure? Does he have a crown? Is there a crown in the pile of
Does he
treasure
have
that we
a
throw
crown?
him?
That's a good question. Why don't you just make like a straight luck check? Just make a straight like D20 roll. And by you, I mean me, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like the only way that
Yeah.
I could do that is by rolling that one and then taking it, or you
Yeah,
could roll
but
it for me.
doesn't look like it.
Damn it. I don't know. I just grab a whole bunch of gold coins
Mhm.
and put them in like a pouch and give him the pouch, and then we walk out.
Alright.
Brando's also like, use the bacon if you need to.
Yeah. You lead Cinnamon out into the yard.
Brando also tries to say Cinnamon has already proved themselves in battle when Cinnamon had to defend itself against attackers outside of here.
um,
Or oh no, no, Brando said Cinnamon, so we don't know its name or its true name.
if you want to make like a make a persuasion check, Brando.
Okay, persuasion. Da, da, da. Thankfully, I have +5 in that. Please
Mhm.
work.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, 21.
Despite kind of fumbling your words a little bit, under the you're probably under a bit of stress right now,
A
but
lot of
but
stress.
but despite like fumbling your words a little bit, this dragon doesn't regard a lot of what you say. Like at this point, she's just waiting on Wild to come back, and so she's just waiting kind of impatiently. And so, despite the fact that it's like you referring to it by a name that probably isn't its real name, um, she doesn't even care what you're saying right now.
Ah,
But Wild, you do return above ground, pulling Cinnamon behind you. Cinnamon sees this dragon and kind of makes a motion, like recoils a little bit. Maybe one part intimidated, one part just a little confused. Like he doesn't quite get what's going on here, but it's different and weird, and he doesn't necessarily like it.
Mm,
Hugs and pets, and I feed him a little bit of bacon.
no.
And then, yeah, I just walk up to the dragon,
He does.
Cinnamon in my arms.
Cinnamon doesn't even like eat the bacon. He just holds it in his teeth. A little too nervous to eat right now. And you just hold Cinnamon out to it, and this massive dragon's head just like snakes down, gets right in front of you. It inhales deeply, and then it leans forward and just like opens its jaws a little bit and just kind of grabs Cinnamon as gently as possible in just the very tip of the mouth, and then lifts it out of your grip.
Cinnamon a kiss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brando is also studying this, going
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe
You're all just watching intently. Cinnamon does like he just kind of sits there and takes it, obviously perturbed by what's happening, but just kind of looking at you guys like I don't know what to do about this. But doesn't struggle or anything. The dragon.
looks oddly to Graves, going like, "Are you helping people now?" Or
Helping reunite families?
yeah, helping you reunite families. Like, are you looking for a job?
Her assistance was a means to an end.
And
Oh,
the dragon takes a couple steps away from you guys, and then just kind of like gives you one last look, gives Graves one last look, and then spreads her wings and takes flight.
Mm.
my eyes to Graves.
And she's gone.
Yay.
Going like,
One
And she's
problem
gone.
dealt with.
Mhm.
Turn my eyes to Graves.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, hello. Well,
Brando is scratching his head on that one.
you take my
Yeah.
friend, now you take my child.
Yeah, and Graves having being satisfied that all the extraneous business has been taken care of is appears to be ready to deal with you himself. At this point, the mood changes very rapidly. There's still quite a bit of fear in the air, but anger is starting to precede it. So the stage of battle is setting itself, but as it turns out, you will not be facing this nemesis alone. Amongst the chaos of everybody fleeing, a couple of your allies have decided that it would be more prudent to stand by you in this fight. A changeling of narrow build, clad in leathers, bearing a symbol of Palor, the god of the
Yeah.
sun, sidles up next to you, pulling a sheathed long sword from their belt. This is Sunmaster Nell.
Hey.
So this is the
Yeah.
one that we rescued from the pit.
No, you're thinking of
No,
Pox.
this is one of the holy folk.
Fox.
Sunmaster Nell's part of your cadre of religious folk. Sunmaster
Ah,
Nell's a
gotcha.
paladin of the god of the sun.
Yeah,
Hey,
Brad.
tanky.
Yeah. And they kind of approach with a with their usual jovial demeanor about them, very very calm and very present.
Glad to have you with us. I am still confused that Graves did maybe a good deed.
Think this is Matt. I think he was thinking that he'd get a little bit extra out of that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think he thought we were going to give Cinnamon up, like,
Mhm.
with no fight at all.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Meanwhile-
that was not his plan.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are perfectly negotiable fucking heroes.
Mhm.
And of course, if we see a mother trying to reunite with her child, we'll give it to her. What are we, stupid?
Yeah.
But
Like,
that doesn't
you
occur
didn't
to a
harm
villain.
the little one.
But that doesn't occur to a villain. Now does it?
And Brando did this right away because he has a responsibility to the people. He's the mayor. He's
Yeah.
not going to run away with his tail between his legs. It's like, no, I'm putting myself between myself, the danger, and the people.
Yep.
Good on you, Mayor Brando. I'd vote for you again.
Anyway, Nell makes a big show, almost like ceremoniously in a way that a paladin might. Holds out their sword, and declares, to bathe in Palor's warmth is to endure his searing gaze. And Nell unsheathes the long sword. It comes out of the scabbard white hot, as if pulled from a forge.
Cool.
And then
Oh.
the tense
Huh?
silence is again interrupted, this time by the sound of steel on soil, as an ostentatiously dressed goblin approaches,
Hey.
head hung, dragging a blade much too large for her through the dirt.
You killed her boyfriend.
As she joins your rank, you might notice that uncharacteristically her expression is one of sorrow and rage.
Can Vilmac's statue start moving?
Crook's not dead.
What?
Vilmac's dead.
What?
Yeah, no.
Fuck?
Since we buried him and we made a statue of Vilmac, can we just have that start moving and have Vilmac join the fight?
Oh, okay.
We look over to the statue, expecting it to move. The animation of Vilmac's last grasp
Wait,
going
who's-
through.
who
No,
has
you
the flurry
fucking
of
find the
blows?
statue perfectly still.
Who has the can of Flurry of Bros? Is that another campaign?
That's a different campaign.
God damn it.
That's
You-
a different campaign.
That's a you artifact, not a me artifact.
Ah.
Besides, we used that like 100 years ago in that campaign.
Mhm.
So.
Wild pulls life stealer. He's just like, it's time to fucking ground pound. Or Graves isn't. Graves is. This is the last place in Wild's mind. This is the last place Graves is ever going to be.
This is Graves' grave.
Hey, Chris, I don't have token control. I don't think.
Oh, weird.
Oh, game is currently paused.
Oh, that might be.
Oh,
That
that's
probably
why.
is. I should probably unpause the game since
Hey, there
things
we
have
go,
been
okay.
happening. Yeah, try it now.
As the car steps up to Wild and puts a shoulder on him, a hand on his shoulder, like real quick.
Mhm.
And it's like, so why are you here, Graves? I know we unemployed you recently, but you're not petty enough for just sheer revenge. So what gives?
Graves will respond.
I am designed to fulfill my duty.
He takes a moment to look Wild in the eye here.
Something you wouldn't know anything about. The impudence of General Barock to dismiss us from service was the greatest insult he could inflict on our kind. Our masters have failed us. But the Empress would command everything. I am well aware that you put an end to her, but it is not my duty to mourn. She saw fit to give me orders contingent upon her death. And as per her directives, you will be wiped from history. There will be no parchment to record your existence and no one left to sing your praises. There will be none left of your ilk to defend Eos. And when Alabar comes to consume what is left, I will watch.
He takes a stance. He's ready to go.
Uh,
And I think it's about time we roll initiative.
okay. Rolling initiative.
I mean, if you're just looking for someone to boss you around, we can be your boss.
Yeah. I mean,
You
if
can
you're
take
looking
yeah.
to get hired.
Oh my god.
Where's my initiative? No, that's intelligent.
14.16. A fine roll.
Ugh.
I guess I have the add decimal monitor on. My
Yeah,
bad.
the decimals are there to be like a tiebreaker.
Yeah, but do not mistake. I do roll for advantage as I am a barbarian and have a little nice thing about that. I'm alert.
I am trying to find where to roll initiative.
If you go to the encounter, do you guys have the second tab that says combat encounters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and just hit the. If you hit the dice
Oh,
next to your
I see
name,
it.
it'll just happen.
Oh,
That's
I
cool.
actually had the initiative thing.
Mhm.
That's all right. I already rolled. I did okay.
And Wild,
I
you
am
rolled.
18.16 or 8.16.
Wild, you rolled with advantage already.
Yes, that is with advantage a 14.
Nice. Okay. I think we're good to go. I don't know why. Why does so confused?
Yeah, give us that 0.16.
I did not actually roll the initiative button, so I think I need to add something to it, but I can't remember. I just so +1.
I don't know why Graves' name changed to Perspective G number 1. And I
Ooh,
don't appear to be
Perspective
able to
G.
change that for some reason.
Also, I'm guessing that more than a minute has passed to revive Wilhelm.
Oh shit! Could I?
Most likely.
Nope. Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Wilhelm is dead.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't think we had enough time, even if we did it as the first thing we did today.
Yep.
Mhm.
I do not think we physically had enough time in universe to run, go get the diamond, go cast an 8th level spell, and do all that shit.
Yep.
Probably not.
Like, I think the furthest
Okay.
we would have gotten is he would have died in our arms. Like, a
Could I-
minute would have ended in our
Could I
arms.
have-
You know what I mean?
Run to him while we were talking to the dragon and cast Spare the Dying. with my cantrip?
Is it a touch spell?
It is.
He wouldn't let you in range.
Okay. Good to know.
He came here to do stuff, and he has done them. All right.
All right.
So I'm gonna hit the begin combat button now. As you may have guessed, Graves has 1 initiative.
Wait,
Well,
can we use one of our things to lower his initiative?
if you know what?
Yeah, can he use a portent on the
yes,
fucking?
you absolutely can. It works on literally any D20 roll. So
I want
That's
to
so
see
funny.
how this works, and this will encourage us to re-roll for
Yep.
actions. So
okay,
he gets
okay.
a 2.
Okay, so he's gonna. Okay, so Brando's gonna use his portent for the day on Graves' initiative to make him roll a 2. He has a +4.
Nice.
He has a +4 to Dex, so his initiative is gonna be 6.
Okay, I'm looking forward to rolling for legendaries.
And I didn't get.
I'm also not seeing initiative for Pemberley, Zakar, or Cyrus.
Yeah, neither did I. Did you guys not use the tracker for your initiative?
I forgot to use the tracker now.
Okay. Just tell me
You
what.
want me to do that?
Let me see. Zakar got a 6.
Yep.
That's a surprise. What's
I
your
did, dude. I rolled a 1.
what's your Dex?
5.
Okay, so you actually beat. I'm gonna give you an initiative 6.5 because you did better than Graves. And Pemberley got a total of 5. And Cyrus
I got a
got 17.
18. 17 plus
18?
1.
17.
Yeah, I forgot to add the 1.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. It's very good.
The idea came up when Chris was reminding us of legendary actions, and I'm like, we don't spend these often because we don't want to go after the enemy. So if we re-roll or make it low, then this will encourage us to do it more.
Yep. Oh, that's real good. That's real good use, Todd. All right.
no.
That
Yeah,
actually
dude,
puts.
that's fucking big brain.
Believe it or not, that puts Cyrus at the top of the initiative order.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Cyrus,
weird. Yeah,
smite
weird.
this cocksucker.
Weird, isn't it?
I don't like it. I don't like being first. I'm gonna be like, boy, I
Cyrus,
am tap for spells.
Brightblade.
Yes. Yeah.
Time to be a hero.
Oh God. I'm just gonna brandish Far Smasher and be like, all right, Mace. I don't use it very often, but let's defend our home. Let's see. How does I know I've got improved. I got smites that don't require spells. How do it work? Improved divine smite. That one. Let's fucking smite this guy.
Yeah, because Cyrus is out of spells.
Completely. I spent them
boy.
all
Yeah.
helping people who were hungover this morning.
But you get improved divine smite on all your melee
Yes.
attacks. So go ahead and run up and hit him with Far Smasher. Actually, I probably need to not reset initiative. I need to move.
Sorry, I'm confused
Here
by
we
the
go.
new character.
That
There we
also
go.
might be an ability I might want to add to Brando customly, like the ability to regain like a random spell slot for somebody by quaffing a potion.
The ability you're thinking of is Arcane Recovery, and it's wizard shit.
Yep.
Cyrus, do you want
And
to
then-
get in melee range before you make your melee attack?
Yes, I do. Sorry, my
Okay.
sheet is covering me, so I'm doing the
That's fine.
thing first. Now I will. Oh, great! Thanks. I have one. That's okay.
Well, you need to roll damage for the weapon also.
Okay.
Okay, so total of 7?
No, because that was another divine smite.
Was it? Shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Far Smasher.
It was just a 1d8.
Weapon attack. Oh,
Go
there we
up to Far
damage.
Smasher and click on damage.
Apologies.
Yeah.
There we go. That's slightly less bad.
That's the actual damage. That's with the divine smite and everything. So
Oh, it added it.
yeah, it added
Okay.
Plus a D8 radiant, plus a D8 radiant, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I guess it did. Okay, cool.
Is that
So I don't have to
correct?
worry about doing it
Do
separate.
you
I
roll?
believe so.
You roll
Let me check.
2d8 radiant damage.
Let me check it because it improves with levels.
Yeah.
Ah, shoot. Let's see, I closed the character sheet again so that I could see things because it takes up a large portion of the screen now. For Divine Smite, how does it work? I didn't mean to click that. Sorry.
You need to stop clicking on Divine Smite. I could not be
Sorry.
less interested in Divine Smite.
By 11th level, no, it should just be 1d8, one
Okay.
extra d8.
You need to fix your Far Smasher.
So it'd be 11 damage.
Yeah.
Because you could pull it down. You rolled. You rolled a 6, and then you rolled a 2 for a combo of 8.
Yeah. Let me.
So just
it.
take
I
that
do
2
gotta-
off
I'm taking off
Yeah.
2. Okay.
for 11.
Do I need to edit Far Smasher?
Yes, because Far Smasher says 2d8 radiant damage.
Yeah, it's adding it twice.
And yeah, 1d6 plus 2d8 radiant.
All right. Well, I don't want. I'll work on editing that when it's not my turn. But
Yeah, is it still your turn?
Yeah, I have another attack.
Okay.
Paladin.
By all means, do it.
So I get to subtract one of the d8s that it's gonna add. If this hits. 27?
Nice. Damn good hit.
Wait, what?
You rolled the attack again.
I did. I'm dumb. It's been 5 months. All right. So subtract.
This time, drop 6.
Yeah. So
11.
Wow, you hit him for 11 both times. That's fucking crazy.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
You good?
I'm not used to actually paladining.
Are you? Is that your turn?
I think that's it. Wait,
Oh.
nope. As a bonus action, I can do the recovery thing to get 1 spell slot back.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I forget what it's called, but I'm scrolling.
Arcane recovery? Or
There's a sorcerer one and a paladin one. Is it harness divine power?
okay, whatever it is, you do that.
Yeah.
Dread Stench shrieks into battle. With a comically large shiny sword raised above her head.
Yes.
She is going to, let's see here.
I feel like Grook is going to die.
I mean, what a way to go, though, right?
What?
She's getting old in goblin years.
No, I just got to reunite with my cousin.
She rolled a 1 on something. Then she rolled a 20 on the other thing.
Odd.
Grook runs up screaming with her. She reaches out with her offhand, and a god-awful fleshy tentacle comes out and lashes out at Graves. He leans back and it misses, and as he leans forward, she drives her sword into his chest.
I love her.
She hits for a whopping 7 damage with the Acris longsword, and I think that's gonna be her turn. I don't know why it says that Sunmaster Nell is Graves. There's a lot of things wrong with this initiative tracker. All right. Nell's going to run up on the flank. Oh, no. Christopher, you fucked up.
You got this.
Sit tight for a second. Nope. I
He
fucked
cloned himself.
up.
The clone disappeared.
I may have forgot to fill out the character sheet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, what?
No, I think I figured out why it's doing the radiant. It's adding it for something else.
Okay.
Doors light shone so brightly, we all seen a momentary mirror haze in the air.
It's fine.
And it looked weird.
All right, Nell's gonna make attacks. Have to do this by hand. Okay. All right. Hits with one attack on the longsword. One miss with her flaming longsword, and then a hit for 14 damage of varying kinds. Nell's sword is hot. You guys can feel the heat when this thing moves around. And we're gonna move on to Wild's turn while I fix Nell's character sheet.
Let's see.
I don't understand that. That shouldn't be the thing. With apologies. Oops, sorry.
Yes.
No. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm gonna do something completely super duper easy. Wild is just going to walk straight up to Graves, and I would like to recklessly attack, thereby
Okay.
giving him advantage on all attacks on me.
Okay.
Okay. And
23 hits.
all right, let me do normal damage.
Oh yeah, got 23.
Where are we
Okay.
moving that to?
What?
Fucking in his face. In his face.
So here?
Wherever,
Wilhelm?
as direct of a
Where-
straight line as you can make it.
I'll tell you what. I'll just scoot Wilhelm out of the way because he's gonna get in the way. All right. So I see 19 damage.
No, on Wilhelm's body. Yeah.
Sure.
Standing over Wilhelm.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
just stand on Wilhelm. Yeah.
I make sure not to step on his body. I'm around it.
Yeah.
But yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just growl at him, "You better pay attention to me." And then I'd like to take another attack.
Yes, sir.
Did a 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, whew. $14.
Another 14 damage.
So total of 33 altogether.
Yeah.
And then yeah. I just stand wide open and just go, "Give it your best shot."
One second. Brando will be next in line.
All right. Brando's running, but along the way, he's looking in the sky. So, perception.
Okay. If you want a perception check for action, that's a crit.
Hey! So,
trumpets
since
and
the
shit.
dragon left, but how to say, who's not to say it still owes Graves something. So, Brando's keeping an eye in the sky to see if the dragon returns.
Okay. I will say you crit on that. Perception check. I'll just say that dragon fucked off. And I'll even, since you crit, I'll let you throw an insight check in if you would prefer.
Insight to Graves?
No.
Or
you're looking out for the dragon. We're talking about the dragon.
yes. Yes. So insight. I'm confused.
Just make an
Just roll
insight
it,
check,
dude.
Brando.
Okay, making an insight check. Just a plain check. Okay.
Yes, make an insight check. Your insight skill. You don't think that dragon's coming back, man?
Okay. Good to know.
That dragon did what it came to do.
Brando just pats the cars back and is like, "You know what to do," and haste is cast.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
And Zakar gets all red again and steamy.
Yep. Second gear.
Yeah, second.
Haste.
And that's my turn.
Haste 5th edition. It's real. It's really good. It's gonna be good.
Oh no, we've done this before, but
Mhm.
that doesn't mean I can remember
Right.
the fucking
Yeah.
minutia of it.
It is your turn, Zakar. I will give you a moment.
Yep.
You get like another attack.
He gets
Yeah,
another
it's a lot.
another
It's like
action.
Speed.
double movement.
Yeah, another
double
action,
He
attack.
sorry.
gets a second action.
Yeah.
He does this for I think 5 turns, or it's like it lasts up to a minute.
It's up to a
Yeah.
minute. Well, concentration up to a minute, which
Yep.
is 10 turns.
Yeah.
Which
If we're
means,
mapping it
Todd,
out.
if you're concentrating on it, so
Yeah,
if you
we
get
should-
hit, you
I'm
gotta roll
focused.
concentration saves.
Yeah, let me. I
Okay.
think I think they changed. Here we go. They changed the condition markers. But now there is a condition marker for concentrating. So
Okay. Uno momento.
Hey, Chris, I don't know why it's adding 2 divine smites. I
What
can't
do-
find anywhere on my sheet where why it is doing this.
okay, well, give me a moment
Okay.
to fix my shit, and then I'll fix your shit.
Yeah.
Throw the car into the stack. And
Could have sworn I did this already.
where is the math that I need? Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Chris, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Graves is large, but we are also stacked up on him. Real good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, say, a 5-foot wide needle that I could thread? Say, something like, oh, what is happening? Foundry, what are you doing? You're drunk.
One tequila.
That was-
Two
that was it.
tequila.
Like of measurement.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you can draw a line through them, no problem.
Okay. I cast lightning twice.
Nice.
Okay.
Zap, zap.
That is dex saves. If I'm not.
That is
mistaken.
a dex save, DC 17.
All right. First dex save is a 6.
So that's a fail then?
That is a fail on the first one, and I guess I gotta just roll it again. Okay, and that's an 8 on the second one. He failed both.
Perfect. Actually, okay, I'll get to that in a second because he has another check to make.
Okay.
But just so I'm just gonna roll this real quick. Yeah, okay, failed save. Therefore,
Damn.
that is 52 magical lightning damage.
Excellent.
Then he needs to take a Constitution check, DC 17.
All right. Constitution save.
Yes.
That's a 19.
Okay, he passed that, which sucks.
Oh wait,
but he-
wait. How about a 2?
A 2 on the die would make his. Oh.
I'm I'm gonna veto this. It's not worth it.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna take 2d6 at best.
Oh no.
Great idea. Love the energy. But but it's not worth Save that for something better. Keep someone alive.
Will do.
Okay. Yeah, just because he's just gonna. Okay, he takes 2 thunder damage.
Okay.
But so what happens is that 2 huge lances of energy hit Graves with a massive thunderclap.
Mm-hmm.
And
The most extreme ends of his form bend under the the force.
and then as a bonus action, I am going to use patient defense.
Nice.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. Next in line would be the man himself. Okay. He is going to. I think he is going to. Well, do you see him consider attacking you? But there's an almost imperceptible communication that happens between the two of you, which is you're trying to get him to hit you, and he's not falling for it this time. He has gone down that road, and he knows where it leads. So he's going to deal with the smallest problem first. He is going to attack Grook once. That's a 24 to hit Grook. I don't have a... Here we go. I need to be able to see hit points. Okay. Taking advantage of Grook's lack of balance, Graves takes a moment to shank her real good through the stomach with his claws. And then with his other hand, he's going to take a swipe at Cyrus. And that's a 27 to hit Cyrus.
Hell hit.
He hits you for 10 slashing damage.
Hit.
And I'm going to need both you and Grook to make a dex save. Hang on. Nope, never mind. No dex save. He's going to grab both of you.
Oh, we just get grabbed?
Yep.
Oh, can I, as a reaction, impose disadvantage on his attack on Grook
Sure.
with the shield thing?
Sure, let's see what happens.
I mean, I'm sure he's still gonna get us, but...
Also, when Grook attacked Graves, did Grook gain 1 temp HP? I remember that being a thing.
No.
Okay.
No, that did not happen. And with disadvantage, he rolled a 22.
Alright, well, I tried Grook, sorry.
Yeah.
We're grabbed?
And actually, I think Grook's the one he's gonna grab. Yeah, he's just gonna grapple Grook. You're too heavy, and he needs a free hand. Yeah,
Okay.
he skewers Grook with a claw and lifts her off the ground.
Oh, jeez.
and just holds her there. Pemberley, you're up.
I sneak to I sneak over. I dispel the invisibility, and I cast slow on Graves.
Okay.
Wisdom 18.
Okay, wisdom save 18.
What? Wait a minute. Never mind. Nothing.
Oh no. Yeah.
All right. He rolled a 17.
And so,
Wait, sorry. What was the DC?
18.
Okay, he's gonna use a legendary.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to bonus action hide. And go back this way and this will try again.
Mm-hmm.
9.
9 to hit.
Oh, 9 to hide.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can I change her 9 to a whatever the roll would be? 15.
It's just a stealth check.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very far away. Or I'm at least I'm not knowing this character. I'm very confident. I'm very far away. Very far away.
All right. I think as a legendary action, he is going to try to flay everybody at the end of the round.
The stupid
Which
belt
means
things.
everybody in melee, that is to say, anybody who is not Brando or Pemberley, has to make a dex save.
Okay.
DC is 16.
If you're next to me, you get a +4 on saves. I think.
Maybe I just got a 16. Hell yeah.
Hold on. Let me verify that. Oh, good. Great. Good work, Cyrus.
Cyrus. No, not yet. Not yet. Damn it, man.
Yeah, hold on to that. Hold on. Let me just check a feature though. Protection. If you have to make a saving throw and you're 10 feet of me, you get a bonus +4 because charisma.
+4 to save.
Okay.
That is good to know because we are all who have to make it are within 10 feet.
Yeah, or of protection.
Jesus.
Hey, Chris, did I pass?
Boy, it's a tough check.
No.
After round, you actually do take damage now. It's like stack overflow.
Yeah.
Oh, I came back. Yep.
Did everybody roll? Did we get a Brando? No, Brando's not in
no.
range. What am I talking about?
I'm
Brando's
not
not.
range.
Yeah, we're talking. I need to.
You only have 3 player characters in.
I need to
Yeah.
roll. I need to roll for nil.
Give them also my +4.
+4 would put it at 15. That's not going to be enough.
Take one. I'm gonna. Yeah, what does Gurk roll?
Grook
She's
is
being
exempt.
held.
Yeah, Grook is exempt because she's being held.
Currently scared.
Okay, good.
Am I doing this right?
I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie, I was worried.
Yeah. So, for the uninitiated, Graves doesn't move. Clearly, he's practiced this. He kind of hunches in on himself a little bit and whirls around in a circle. And a number of ribbon-like steel bands, they're all razor sharp, swing around in a circle. Like, you ever heard of the cat of nine tails? Imagine like a cat of 50 tails.
I hate this thing so much.
Yeah, but it hits everybody that didn't make the save for 15 slashing damage.
Eh.
Meh. And that's going to put us at the top of the round. Does anybody want to re-roll initiative?
Yes.
I'll say yes.
All right.
I'm pretty good.
I think you
how do
can. I think you can just like right-click on your dude and say re-roll initiative. If not, if you can't do that, just tell me. Or I mean, on the initiative tracker.
Yeah, I cannot
right.
seem to do that.
Oh. No.
Okay, I can do it if you can.
Yeah, not getting that, Chris.
Alrighty. Right-click, re-roll initiative for Zakar, and I heard Brando was a yes, and I heard Pemberley was a yes.
But I think Pem was as well.
And Wild?
I was gonna ask, what is my initiative again? Sorry, I can't see it on my phone.
Currently, you're at 14.
14. Reroll that bitch.
Yep.
Thank you, brother.
And you get initiative anyway, which is awesome. All right. Looks like a dirty 20 for you.
Did anybody crit?
I didn't see any crits. Highest one was Zakar with an 18. Cyrus, no reroll for you?
No, I like where I'm at.
Okay. We're going to go... Zakar, you are top of the round this time.
Okay. All right, we're gonna have a lot of rolls in math.
Mm-hmm. You know I love math.
Don't we all? Okay. Attack number 1
Okay.
is a
Also, I keep forgetting
15 to hit.
we need to keep track of nat ones also.
Oh.
15 will
Oh,
not
yeah.
hit.
Didn't think so.
Would you like to hit?
I mean, hitting is nice, but
Do you want important?
I mean, I got a lot of hits.
Okay.
And I mean, like,
There's gonna be more attacks.
like,
All right, fair enough.
and that was a 3 on die. Like,
Fair enough.
see,
Yeah.
30 or
We made.
okay. So, let's see. Okay, and we're gonna use a staff of lightning thing to give it another 2d6 funsies. So our hit becomes 17 damage.
Nice.
And means that I need to switch to this macro next. Oh wait, no, I don't. Yeah, we're gonna do this one time. That's a 17 to hit.
No dice.
Okay, that's it. And then yeah, because that's 1, 2. Sorry. I mean, we'll do 2. Oh, for fuck's sake, dice! What are you doing to me? Okay, 20.
20 will work.
Great. Eight damage.
All right.
And once again, all of this is magical because everything I touch must die.
Yep.
For the purposes of overcoming resistances.
Did we see the duration on the duration on haste was a minute? We
A minute.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
So he gets, let's see, is it
It's-
10 turns or
It would
6
yeah,
turns?
it would be 10 rounds. So
Okay, 10 rounds. So
Mhm.
this is round 2.
Okay, I am done.
Okie dokie. I think yeah. Before before Wild's turn, Graves is going to, while he's being fucking wailed on by everybody, he's going to try and maneuver an arm in between Cyrus and Wild, and he's going to try and shoot his razor bow at Brando. As you may
Can I
recall,
impose disadvantage?
the razor bow is a crossbow that shoots a little saw blade.
Yep.
I don't know. Can you?
That's let's see. Someone within 5 feet of me. He's the one doing it. Technically, couldn't I just hold my shield up?
Back up. Read the whole ability.
Let me find it again. I think probably not because Brando's actually far away. Protected. Sorry.
When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet. Brando is not within 5 feet of you.
Wait, what
But
just happened? Sorry.
Graves' stupid face is within 5 feet. I could hold the shield in front of it.
I'm reading the description and no is
I
the
know.
answer.
All right, sorry.
However, you do know a really obnoxious goblin who is going to cast Cutting Words. So he is going to get disadvantage on this attack regardless. As he raises the shot and is trying desperately to aim it in the middle of this whole melee, Grook from his grip is like, I'm going to turn your corpse into something really stupid, like a frying pan. A stupid frying pan! He got an 18 with the razor bow attack, Brando.
Ooh, that hits.
You take 9 slashing damage, and a saw blade embeds itself in your chest.
Ooh. All right,
And-
9 slash damage.
And the cable that is attached to the saw blade begins to reel you in.
Shit. Like
Um,
a round saw blade or like
yeah, like a
long-
round saw blade, maybe 5-6 inches in diameter.
Okay. Ooh.
do he need to concentration check?
Yeah, concentration check
Do
for
I need to
Brando.
roll?
Mhm.
All right. How do I roll this?
I think it's a Constitution save.
Yeah, Constitution save. DC is
Con save.
10, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pemberley.
It's
do
either
not
10 or
roll
half
well.
the damage.
10 or
Whichever's
half the
more.
damage. Okay, so yeah, it's 10. Okay, concentration lost on haste.
No, it's not. Brando got a
Atta-
16.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Attaboy.
Brando got a
Alright.
16.
Wild uses his portent to make sure Brando does not lose concentration on haste. Big plays.
Yeah.
And after that, it's going to be Wild's turn.
Wild has been trying his best recently to think how to fight smarter, not harder. Wild drops his great sword of life stealing
Mhm.
and assumes a grappling position as he lunges at Graves.
All right.
Go ahead and I mean, if you want, you can go ahead and try to contest.
Try and
My-
crit on an athletics check.
You can attempt to crit.
All right. See how we do. That's a 17. You full on grasp his spiky exterior.
What I said
Yeah, go ahead.
on purpose. Now I'm going to do a shove. And
Is that...
since these are technically attacks,
Mhm.
I'm recklessly doing them. So he can get advantage on any attack he wants on me.
Okay, so
But,
is this another contested athletics?
Yep.
Oh,
That's
okay.
another contested athletics or acrobatics, whichever he prefers, or whichever
okay.
he chooses.
He got a 27.
Hey, well, what did he roll? Oh, damn it, I don't have that anymore.
Yep, that was, you used your portent.
Wait. You can have a 16. Take my 15. Sorry.
Or hold it for
that wouldn't help you.
One help. All right.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
but
he doesn't go down this time.
yeah, go ahead.
He doesn't go down this time. But I have a very fun feature that I have now because I have a level in fighter. I took the fighting style, unarmed fighting.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. At the start of my next turn, if he is still grappled by me, he will take 1d4.
Okay.
You're punching him in the head.
Yeah, because you're wailing on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like wailing on him.
I
I'm like
like
it.
twisted his. So I have one hand. In the other hand, yeah, you got it.
I'm gonna say as you went in for the grapple, you want this to be like the because he met you on the attack. You want this to be like the test of strength thing that you were talking about before.
Love it.
You like that? You're into it?
Oh god, it's so cool, Chris.
He sees you coming. he's like, I see where this is going. He voluntarily puts Grook down so he has use of his hand, and both of you lock hands and lock eyes, and you guys just watch where their hands are gripped together or quivering. They're desperately trying to one-up each other. Graves looks you right in the eye and says,
I've never lost to anyone but the gods, and yours are absent.
and with that done, I think, well, you know, what the hell? He's got more legendaries. Let's see. What can we do without hands?
Hands and 0 speed.
Yep.
He wants to, unless he wants to break the grapple. But
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, well,
all up to him.
break grapple is not a legendary action he possesses. So, you know, cool, good for you, I guess. Yeah, I think he's just gonna he's got to make a melee attack. Oh, and he gets advantage, which is good because he rolled a 1.
Yes,
20
he full gets advantage.
27 will hit. You take 12 damage as he's got feet available, and the feet are also sharp. So a good kick toward the stomach. And if that is all, I think it's gonna be Cyrus's turn.
I'm gonna say the gods aren't absent. They work through us, and I'm gonna do a level 5 divine smite on him.
Fucking yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we fixed Far Smasher yet.
Okay.
So here's just Far Smasher attack.
I didn't.
The last D8. Just drop the last D8, whatever it is.
Here, this is the regular.
You crit.
That's a crit.
Hang on.
Yes.
1 second. Let me. I didn't look at Far Smasher. Figure out what the deal was. 16.
These are the times to make these rolls, gang.
Mhm.
This is the time.
Yeah. Gosh. I truly don't have any idea. Where does might come from? Because I'm looking at Far Smasher and I don't see. It says
I didn't see it on there
1d6
either.
bludgeoning, and that's it.
Yeah, and then on the improved divine smite, it doesn't mention anything on that either.
Yeah.
Can I edit
Yeah, I don't know.
format? Nope, I
It could
can't.
be. So,
Alright.
an interesting thing that happened is like some conditions that were on you guys before the big migration.
Yeah.
I couldn't remove without like opening the token settings up and removing them manually because part of the migration was some conditions were taken out and replaced with different conditions. So there was
Huh.
no button to remove those conditions in existence. But anyway,
Well,
you got 10 bludgeoning and 6 radiant.
Yeah, so subtract that, and now I'm gonna add the divine smite on top of that.
Is the
And this-
radiant? Is that not the?
That's the improved divine smite. I can add additional divine smite on top of that.
Oh,
Improved
okay.
divine smite
For
just
each additional.
automatically hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Shit. All right. Extra 2d8 for first. Okay, so I'm doing level 5. I'm just gonna roll out the window because I don't know how to do this macro.
Yeah. It's 2d8.
So that would be
for
60.
First, it's 2d8 at first level, and it's another d8
Yeah.
for every slot above. So it should be.
So 68.
You said 5th level.
Yeah.
So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 68. God damn.
And that was my first attack. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to harness divine power again and get that 5th level spell slot again back. And do it again.
So after saying the gods work through us, Cyrus brings Far Smasher down hard. It turns white. It's hard to look at as it's swinging through the air.
I'm gonna turn that into a 15, please.
Okay, you don't want to roll
15
1?
plus 5. No, I want to be cool in this one
Okay.
moment
All right.
of my life.
Yeah,
The only
we want to
time
have
you'll
one
ever be
full
cool.
uninterrupted turn of coolness.
Yep. All right.
It's not
what's
Cyrus
so?
Red Blood experience, but just this one time.
So what'd you roll?
I rolled in that one, but my 15. So 15 plus 9.
Plus 9. Yeah, that's hit.
Okay, cool.
The AC is 19. You hit it on the dot.
Okay. Oh, dang it, not what I meant. Sorry. Damage. Subtract. So I got 2 radiant and 10 bludgeoning. So that's a 12.
Okay, so 12 total.
And then 6, 3, 8.
God damn.
29 more damage.
29 radiant.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
That's my turn.
When Far Smasher hits him in the head, you guys can hear the sound of divine radiance expelling itself into his chassis, and it sounds like somebody hitting a bell with a baseball bat, just like a church bell, just dong, and it rings through the air. Then it is Grook's turn.
Rick is being grappled right now.
No, Grook's on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, Grook got let go of.
what is Grook's health like?
She just got stabbed, but she doesn't seem particularly plussed about it.
Okay.
Grook takes, kind of rights her, gets back up on her feet after being put down, and she reaches into a pouch and she goes, "Hey, dirtbag! Dirtbag!" And she throws a bunch of sand in his face.
It's a bag of dirt.
It's literally a bag of dirt. He is blinded for the turn.
From both the radiant light and the
It's hard.
consciousness.
It's rough up here. Do I have a condition for blindness? Yes, I do. It's this one. Oh wait, that one. This is a feature I really like. So you guys looking at Graves right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I left click the Charmed, it puts a little heart in the corner. But if I
Oh.
right click Charmed, it covers the whole token.
That's cool.
Yeah,
So you can decide if you want it to be a big or a small
that's a
thing.
new feature that I think is really neat.
Today's thing brought to you by official Foundry D&D.
Sure.
Or official D&D from
Yeah.
Foundry.
Anyway, yeah, a bunch of dirt gets thrown in his face. He's trying to concentrate. He's trying to reel Brando in on this cable. He's trying to hold Wild back, and now there's dirt in his face, and he starts whipping his head around trying to get it off. And he goes,
Ah! You are the most annoying creature on Eos.
and Grook goes, "Yeah, and suck my dick." And then it's Brando's turn.
So Brando still has the thing embedded in him, right?
Yeah, you got a saw blade in you, and he's pulled you closer to the fight.
Rather than try to wedge the thing out, Brando gets a vial of acid and tries to pour on the chain, while still trying to keep the concentration spell.
Interesting.
Is that doable?
I think it's doable. I am just thinking about the how. I'll tell you what. Arcana is the skill that illustrates your ability to make this cool shit and handle it. So I'm going to say make an Arcana check to use the acid to break this steel cable without burning yourself.
Okay. Let's see. Arcana. Thankfully, I have a +7. Normal roll. Please work.
Yeah.
Does it work?
Yep. You plant your feet, put a hand on the cable so it's nice and stable, and you grit your teeth from the pain as you pour the acid onto
the cable.
Onto a piece of
arrow
cable.
The arrow is still embedded into Brando, but now he's not trying to struggle to get the thing out.
There's a saw blade in your chest, which I need to reiterate. It sucks having a saw blade in your chest, but you're able to grit your teeth and handle it, and you're able to hold yourself steady long enough to get some acid to eat through this cable without hurting yourself any further.
I can even roll for damage if you want. But...
No, you're good. The cable snaps. It retracts immediately into his chassis, whipping around wildly, and you are no longer grappled.
Now run the fuck back.
Yeah, I am tempted to heal somebody before I move back.
Okay.
Who needs it? Who needs it?
Rook,
Iris,
probably.
maybe?
Nah, Rook.
Rook, I feel like would be too close, but I could do that. But then that would.
Rook has taken 14 damage.
How much HP does Rook have?
Way more than 14.
We're
Like,
actually okay hit point wise.
We're pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
All things
You might save
considered.
that.
okay, then I will. Oh,
yes,
Okay.
that.
circular
Yes,
saw
correct.
blade. Ow. So yeah, Brando just since nobody immediately needs healing, hobbles back, keeping eyes on Graves, just to be like, I don't know, almost raise an action while hobbling back to dodge another blow from him.
Okay. All right. That is your turn.
Oh, no, healed myself. No, I'll worry about the saw blade later.
Yeah, you're fine. The saw blade is not going to be a further problem for you, as far as you can tell. I think as a legendary, Graves is going to do Flay again because he cannot see to adequately attack any of you directly. So, yeah, Dex saves for all. That includes Grook this time.
+4 if you're standing next to me.
Good to know.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Iris.
I'm gonna roll again because advantage.
DC 16.
Oh, wait, that was an ability check.
Oh, Nell didn't make it.
There we go.
I don't think it's better.
Fuck me, where did this come from? Okay, I think everybody made it except for Nell and Cyrus. Okay. All right. So the two of you are going to take 11 slashing damage as the angry ribbons whirl about again. And then on on Nell's turn, Nell Nell is going to be like, he's blinded. Excellent. Very calmly, Nell taps him on the shoulder very lightly with the longsword and just says, "Over here." And Nell is going to cast Compelled Duel.
Cool.
Which I'm gonna have to look up now because I didn't write it down like an idiot. And it is not an SRD spell. Okay, got it. Pemberley.
I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cast slow. So Wisdom 18.
Okay, Wisdom 18. He rolled a 17. He's gonna use another legendary resistance.
Burning him. Sorry.
Yep, you gotta burn him down.
That's my turn.
Okie dokie. I don't like this. I could have sworn I rolled down a lot of information that is just missing now, so I have to wonder how that happened. I don't know if it's my fault or something else, but
Look into recent files, maybe?
no, I mean, like, there's stuff in Foundry that I wrote down and it's not there anymore, and I don't know what happened to it. All right.
Yeah, might have gotten lost due to the edition or the mod.
Yeah, or there was a hot fix or something. Who knows? Point is, it is Graves' turn anew, and he is going to I'm gonna pick. No, I'm gonna. He's just gonna have to do the flay again because he can't see. So one more deck save from everybody. Same verse as the first, or something like that. Oh, Grok didn't make it this time.
Oof.
Wow.
Cyrus, I swear.
Add that to
Look,
the
I
Cyrus
got all this
thing.
armor. It's really heavy and hard to move in.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's a nat 1. Put that on the counter.
Yep. Cyrus gets
All right.
Cyrus gets a thing.
Going
Wild,
through
did
the
I get
car
a deck
wash again.
save out of you? Matt, you? All right. Well,
Wild?
I'll just roll a deck save.
Mathematical.
I'll just roll a deck save for him. 13 won't do it. So both
Matt,
he
we can't hear
and
you.
did he try to communicate? I didn't see it.
In case he is trying to communicate and we
Okay.
can't hear him.
Well, he and Grook are going to take 18 slashing damage. Which he's going to have to 9. All right. End of the round. Does anybody want to re-roll?
Yo,
Eh.
I'm going for those legendary actions, so I'll
Brando's got to
reroll.
get those legendaries. Not this
Fight,
time.
fight, fight.
Nope.
Nobody else?
Nah.
Okay, then.
I'll try. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'll stay at the top of the turn order.
Okay. Okay. A weird one. Okay, Zakar, you are at the top of the order. So.
Okay. Is there anything to know about Sunbro and Compelled Duel?
Well, that depends on you and your knowledge of paladin spells. I don't think Cyrus has ever used Compelled Duel.
Nope.
I'm not about to. I'm not trying to metagame here.
Mhm.
I'm just being like, does this affect my number crunch at all?
Does it affect you?
Is it a paladin? I thought it
Do
was a
I have
cleric.
advantage on this bitch or not, Chris? Like that's what I'm asking.
No, it's nothing like
Okay.
that. It shouldn't
I think
affect
he
your
has
attack rolls.
I think he has disadvantage if he tries to attack someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I thought
mean, we're also
Sylvester Hill was a
blinded.
cleric.
He is
Apparently I'm not.
grappled, compelled to duel, and blinded. Yes, he is fucked 3 ways to Sunday.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, if he's blinded, advantage, YN.
I don't know. That is a great question.
Yeah. Honestly, great question.
He definitely has disadvantage on attacks. Yeah, attack rolls against creature have advantage.
Hey, okay, great.
Great news.
Yes, make it count. So first hit goes bonk.
Advantage.
I was gonna say, but that won't hit. So
Yeah.
it still won't hit. These
No,
dice
that's
are not liking me. Okay, but whatever. That's only 1.
Mhm.
Turn on advantage. Proper time.
28'll hit. You might crit though.
I was gonna say I don't know why that didn't roll with advantage still, but we'll try it. Fine, and then we'll take 28.
All right.
So that'd be okay. 14 damage,
Nice.
and just keep the process going here. Okay, another 28. Advantage. No, I'll just take it. $10 damage.
Okay.
And then some more attacks. 21 or okay, 24 to hit.
Yes, very much.
13 damage.
Okay.
That's a 19, but let's see about that. Okay, 24 is better. And 7 damage.
Nice.
And I believe that is gonna be me.
I mean, I have definitely lost count of how many attacks you've done.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, it checks out. Because of everything, I can have up to 5 attacks in
Yeah.
a turn, and I hit with like 4 of them. So
Okay. Wild, you're up.
Matt?
All right. So, what I'd like to do is, first off, he's just gonna take. Chris, can you roll 1d4 to me?
Sure.
Thank you. I have no way to roll 1d4 as
Right.
conveniently.
2.
2.
Mhm.
As we're doing the test of strength, and he has like some dirt in his eye, I reel my head back and plant my forehead on his nose.
Okay.
Bam! Just a quick
melee attack.
headbutt.
So he
No,
just
no. That is from my feature of being an unarmed fighter.
Yeah, he just takes that damage. There's no attack roll.
Nope.
Nice.
There's no attack roll necessary. Every
Yep.
every turn that he is continued to be grappled by me, he's gonna fucking take this shit.
Yep.
So, the next thing that we're gonna do is I am just going to make another athletics check. Hey, your turn.
Okay. Wow, 25 is real good. 23.
Does he want to be prone?
I don't think it's up to him, Matt.
Well, wait. He has legendaries. He has legendaries. Does he want to succeed?
This is not a saving throw.
Shit!
Contested skill check. Doesn't count.
Oh shit! Fuck, this is even better than I wanted. Okay, well then I'll spare the other one. That means he's prone. Now, everybody has, I guess, 2 ways to have advantage on him. His speed is 0 because he's still grappled by me. I am going to go ahead and, like, unarmed. I'm gonna unarmed attack him. So there's a fun thing about me being an unarmed fighter. Yes, I do a d6. Can you roll 1d6
Just a d6
plus? No. Can you do Wait, I need to make an unarmed attack roll. I am proficient in it. So I think that's a d20 plus strength plus
proficiency. Yeah.
If you could roll that for me, that'd be great. And then
So it's a d20 plus
d20 plus 4. Plus what's proficiency's 5. So a total of plus 9.
Okay. 18. One
18.
short.
Does that? One short. All right. I go in for another headbutt, but I miss and I like get his shoulder or something.
Yeah. You wriggle with him a little bit now that he's on. Are you both on the ground, or is it just? Are you just holding him down basically.
Here's the fun thing. Technically speaking, only he's on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
So I have the dominant position right now. He has disadvantage on attacks, not only against everyone, but also just being on the ground. He has disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah.
Everyone has advantage on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. An important thing to note, except for ranged attacks. Ranged attacks, he has advantage on.
Right.
Or ranged attacks have disadvantage on him, whichever way that goes.
Correct.
It's a disadvantage to hit him because
Yeah.
he is prone.
Yes, going
There you
prone.
go.
Going prone makes you strong against ranged attacks. That's the
There you
short.
go.
That's a short version.
Tiny target.
There you go. Then no, I'm pretty satisfied being where I am. Technically speaking, I can move him around. Guys, do we want him any better place?
I think I'm good.
No.
Like, I think he's perfectly fine right here. I don't think there's like a stage hazard that we can move him to or anything. I think this is fine.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
until something changes.
I lean into Graves's ear and I just whisper, I don't believe God's gonna kick your ass. I think we are.
We don't need gods to
Yep.
kick your ass.
Graves is gonna spend a legendary at the end of your turn. You see that he wants to attack you, and he knows exactly where you are, despite the fact that he can't see. However, the divine light of Palor is compelling him to attack Nell instead, which he's going to attempt to do. But you know what? Grook's going to cast Cutting Words again, because that's a thing she can do. Hang on. I'm looking for a sufficient burn here. I think as he's frantically trying to find a target, and he tries to just like lean over just to see if he can like get a scratch at Nell's ankles or something, and Grook's just like, "Hey, your foot's untied."
No.
He still managed to roll a 19. Jesus Christ. All right. He's going to do 15 damage to Nell. And Nell is going to make a con save. DC 15 now. Roll to 15. We're good. Shit's still good up here. All right, Cyrus.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to spend all my sorcery points to get one last spell slot back.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
All
Which
right.
I've never done. Wait, hold on. I have to give the spell slot back first. Spell slot. Now cast. Yeah. Did that work?
It did. Is it around you or is it around him?
Oh, it is around me. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I gotta figure out where the.
It is, the flare
Where
around
is
you at
the-
a distance of 15 feet. Sorry, it should be over him instead of over me.
Yeah,
I put it over him. It should.
Yeah. Why can't I find the guys? Where's the area? Where's the tool she used to draw that just now?
It just came up when I clicked Spirit Guardians.
Oh, okay, neat.
Wait, hold on. Place measure to that. Did that work or did that make it worse?
It made another one. So
Ah.
thanks for that.
Double the effects.
Oh, I found it. Okay, we're good.
Okay. We're good? Alright. Damage. He needs to make a DC 17 wisdom saving throw or take half damage.
Mm-hmm.
11. It's not like a lot, but
He rolled an
there you have
18.
it.
18 on the
Yeah.
save. So he takes half of that.
Yeah.
He takes 5. Okay.
And he has to do that every time he starts his turn in
Yeah.
Spirit Guardians.
Yep.
That's my turn.
Uncharacteristically, Graves is in he's in a worse spot than you've ever seen him. Like at this point in the fight, he has gone from being the Terminator that you guys are so used to being scared of in combat to just being completely outskilled and outmatched and outnumbered. He is well and truly helpless at this point in the fight.
Do we need to play like redneck music and just imagine clubs beating him like dunk 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 dunk?
It's
I
like
think
that.
redneck music does it. I think
Mhm.
it's classical, like operatic. He's Caesar being brought low by the peasants, man.
It's like that. It's all slow motion.
This mighty being is just being fucking
Ave Maria.
degraded.
Choir
Savage.
music. Yeah. On that note, Grook is going to take this opportunity to spit on him. She gets advantage because reasons, right? Yeah.
Doing a really good job on demystifying Graves for us. This is going to make it so that none of us have PTSD dreams.
Yep.
He killed him.
Yep.
Yes.
Grook summons from within from her parasite hawks a caustic loogie on him
Oh, the little tongue worm.
for 5 acid damage.
Dribbles.
And she goes,
Also,
she says, I'd call you a piece of shit, but you lack the depth and the warmth.
Also reposting this because we just talked about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Graves is still very much a absolute tank and a fucking terror. And yes, I do feel like I am still fighting the T-1000. But guess what? We're in the metal factory, motherfucker.
Yep. Nell is going to go ahead and attack with advantage with the Flame Tongue Longsword. They hit for 28 massive damage. Pemberley. At this point, it's kind of hard to see what's going on, but they seem to just be dogpiling this individual.
We promise he's very scary.
Then I'm just gonna sneak over here. I still see him, right? Or
Yeah, you got eyes on him.
okay. I'm gonna cast slow again.
All right.
Yay.
Wisdom? I keep forgetting.
18, yeah.
Wisdom 18. Ah, damn it. Thought I'd turn that shit off.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was Brando that time. Oh, he rolled an 8. That's going to be his last legendary resistance. Okay. Is that it, Pemberley?
I'm gonna hide.
Okay. Goblin stuff. He is out of legendary resistances. You're
Not very well.
You're not well hidden, but you're not sure that matters at this point. Brando, it's your turn.
Okay, Brando, how's Grook looking?
Not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world.
Bleeding,
okay, Brando is just focusing on getting that blade out of his chest.
Drooling acid out of her mouth and bleeding from the stomach, and she doesn't give a single shit.
Okay. Brando just moves behind so he can be behind Cyrus and works on prying that saw blade from his chest.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
Medicine. I'm glad I have advantage in these. But
good thing too.
Yeah, but I'm a halfling, so I get to re-roll.
Didn't you rolled with advantage anyway, right?
Oh, I thought I rolled regular. Did I roll?
You rolled with advantage.
Yeah,
you got a 10. You got a 10 with advantage.
Okay. Then I got a 10.
Yeah.
I picked normal.
Which isn't great. Not gonna lie.
Okay, slowly working at it, keeping the focus on the concentration.
I'm gonna say you take 11 damage pulling this saw blade out.
Okay.
Which means yes, you will need to make another concentration check.
Okay. Let's see. Am I at 88? Yeah. So concentration check.
Yep.
And I will, if I fail this one, that'll be okay. We seem to be doing okay.
Speak for yourself, dude. If you lose concentration right now, I lose a turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He gets
true.
level of exhaustion too, right?
Okay, concentration.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Where is concentration?
It's just a Constitution save.
Ah.
DC 10. That's 16.
Hey.
You're fine.
Okay,
Well done.
keeping concentration.
Oh, and blindness is going to
And
end.
otherwise, I don't think I get a turn to heal myself, so that's okay.
Yeah, okay. So Graves can literally he's not gonna do well. You know what? At this point, Wild, there's a number of reasons why he shouldn't attack you. And in this moment, he doesn't seem to care. You did not. Did you recklessly attack last round?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then
Yes, every time I am trying to get advantage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he has advantage on me
Okay.
if he wishes to take it.
Yeah.
Although I think if he is under compelled duel, the advantage and disadvantage cancel out.
Yes, exactly that. Which is why he got a 23 and a 24 respectively.
Both hit.
To hit you. So one's gonna do 9, the other's gonna do 17 slashing damage.
This is Graves' turn, right?
That was Graves' turn, yes.
He also has to do Spirit Guardians.
Correct. What is that? Wisdom?
Where did it go? Yeah, DC 17 Wisdom save.
Okay. 23.
Then he takes
He
half
takes
of
13.
Half.
He takes half, so 6. Yeah.
Sure.
All right. End of the round. Does anybody want to re-roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Brando, you have not been doing well. Pemberley moved up a bit. Okay. Zakar.
Yep.
This is a full-on. This is a mess. It's a mess for him.
Doesn't matter. It's all advantage to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 5 attacks of it. That's 24 to hit. I'm just gonna roll all the attacks and then
Yeah,
figure
we
out
knew.
damage.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He's got an AC of 19, which and you got a plus 12, which means you have to roll a 7 or above to hit him.
Yes.
Did I get that math right? Okay. So yeah, just go ahead and roll as many d20s as it's gonna be, and we'll mark how many hits you have.
Well, again, with advantage, I'm just gonna click on
Sure.
like my macro 6 times.
Mhm.
Okay, 1 hit. That's a 1.
You rolled a 1. It
And
didn't
that
count
just
it.
occurs.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't make a noise. I'm
It
used
didn't,
to
but
hearing a
I
noise.
would.
I'm used to hearing a noise when people roll 1.
Well, I mean, it was advantage, so it doesn't really count as an actual
Oh yeah,
1 in this
that's
context.
true. All right, never mind.
But that's 2 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 19. Okay, 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
4 hits. 5 hits.
Okay.
Okay. 5d8 plus Okay. So for 5 hits, put that all together, that winds up to being a roll of 5d8 plus 31.
Okay.
Sound good, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's real good.
Ooh.
Okay. What does it look like right now? As you're
What does it look like?
Yeah, what's it look like? He's just on the ground and you're just wailing on him. Like, is there any martial arts fluff to this at all?
The answer is yes, because if you've ever seen like the vertical strings of Keelik from Soul Calibur, that would probably be the best fluff that I could give this.
Okay.
Of
All right.
of just he's on the ground, Wild's out of the way, but no, just the vertical overhead strikes of
Yeah.
bam, bam,
Bam,
bam.
Yeah.
And then followed up with just like contemptuous, like, you know how when something's on the ground and you're like, fuck that thing in particular, and you just go for the big wind up kick swing.
Yeah.
Just like, no, just the big wind up, not quite roundhouse
There's-
strike to his face.
There are plenty of times, particularly in your discipline, where it's important to keep one centered and, make sure that you can change your footing at a moment's notice. Like, having control of your body is really important. And then sometimes it's like, I can afford myself a whole second of airtime just to get the extra momentum. And after doing it the third time in a row, there's a moment where there's just an itch in the back of your head that if you took the time to think about it, you would be able to be like, I think I'm understanding Wild a little bit. Just a little bit. That when you just like stop giving a shit and just be mad. It's
Let
not
it flow.
it gets results. Anyway.
It does. It does. Just the
Yep.
It's like maybe it's like in the little voice in the back. Maybe rage is a serenity unto itself.
Yep. Something to meditate on. Okay. That's wow.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Wild.
Chris, if you could, D4.
D4. Okay. Okay. We rolled max damage on the D4. Which
Yeah.
you're not gonna believe this. Let's see. How to a moment. You're bearing down on him. Both of you still clasping each other's hands. The creak of hardened steel. You can feel this time it's more him than you is giving way. And I think in the middle of all of that, there's a point where the tense stillness of both of you trying to overpower each other is broken when suddenly the metal that makes up one of his wrists bends in a way that it shouldn't under your weight. And it's a surprise to him when it happens. And I'm going to ask you how you want to do this in a second, but first I'm going to say that his last words are in disbelief, and they are simply,
No.
what?
Just a simple no.
And what happens after that?
Stronger. Thanks. And I put my forehead through his forehead. It's incredibly intimate,
Mm-hmm.
but I kill Graves with a hug and as many foreheads to the face as I possibly can. You know what? I'm gonna keep going. One of you guys is going to have to pull me off. As Wild just starts screaming, "You took everything, you son of a... You stupid fucker! You
Wild, come
couldn't
home.
let it go!
Nope.
God!"
Let
Wild,
him
come
have
home.
this.
No, Cyrus,
Uh,
let him have this. It's okay.
Cinnamon had a home. He was home.
Can Brando hobble on over?
Yeah. At some point, the rest of you just stop attacking. Because it's just Wild, and honestly, it's probably Grook too. Grook is still like just screaming and just bringing the Acris longsword down like it's a crowbar, just like, you dumb motherfucker.
oh, I forgot you
Brando
had
does
that.
use a healing slot
Mhm.
to just heal the saw indent that was in his chest.
Yep. Just so that
Oh.
shut. We'll address the rib later.
Supers.
I got lay on hands if you want.
Nope, save it. Oh, I have no available first. What? No, I have healings. I have. Why can't I use this? Cast at level.
It's irrelevant. Don't worry about it.
Brando looks down
Wilhelm.
at Wilhelm and also at Graves.
Mhm.
Brando is also thinking like, I hope he doesn't have a self-destruct thing. Brando worries.
Mhm.
Everybody, just let Wild have this. Let's take
Mhm.
Wilhelm's body. Wild, make sure he's just a pile of dust.
Where'd the Synaptic 7 go?
They're one
Taken,
of
they
them.
were evacuating.
Yeah, they're one of the many helping with the evacuation efforts. At this point, you don't hear much in the way of any ruckus on part of your townspeople. They've either gotten to safety um, or are hiding somewhere quietly. Otherwise,
Just headbutting him.
yep, you're just pounding away.
Head
And
up into the pavement.
I'm still holding his hands, and I think Wild like tears up,
Hmm.
and to nobody in particular, he just asks, "Why couldn't you just move on?" And then I try and let go.
You try and let go.
I try and let go. I don't know if Wild's hands can physically unclench at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can I make like a charisma saving throw?
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
+4.
Oh yeah, add +4 to that.
16.
Okay, 16.
I didn't
I think
ask you to
I think
roll it, so
Wild.
you tell me what happens.
I think Wild finally finds it within himself that he knows he's not going to get.
Hmm.
He knows he's not going to get closure from a corpse.
Hmm.
So he lets go of Graves'
Yeah.
hands.
There's a moment when you realize you don't have to hold the hands anymore. The world starts to return to you, and almost like somebody's turning the volume back up. Like you weren't even considering reality around you. You couldn't hear or see anything else that was going on. And gradually you start to hear the volume turn up, and it's just the clanging of Grook's sword coming down on him. And about the time that you start to loosen your grip, she finally like kind of loses energy and loses balance, and finally just like throws the sword at him, and it clangs off him, flies off into the dirt somewhere, and she just kind of
Brand-
slumps on the ground, heaving kind of hard, and snot coming out of her nose.
Brando is
I
checking for
join.
any like explosive devices in him just in case he explodes after
Sure.
dying.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check,
Okay,
Brando.
Arcana check.
22.
13. Oh, 22.
That's what I see. I don't know where you got
Okay,
13.
yeah, Brando's making sure he won't explode.
You take a couple minutes, Brando, to look over Graves. You haven't got a chance to look at him in great detail. You've gotten hands-on Warforged once or twice in your life. You're familiar with how they work.
Fixing Wilhelm and
Yeah,
stuff.
and you can see the parts of him that are similar to Warforged, and you can see a lot of parts that are different. And he's remarkable construction. But there is no part of him that is so advanced that you cannot parse. And you think there is, any arcana or spiritual energy or whatever fuels these things is completely vacant now. There is no light left in this chassis.
Dang.
But we can bring him back.
And as you are and as you're sitting there examining him after a second, Grook takes out a toolkit and crawls back over to Graves and takes out a big pair of bolt cutters and a wrench and just starts disassembling him at the shoulder.
Oh shit.
Otherwise, I'm like, can we upgrade Wild with the Graves parts?
No,
I-
Wild would want
I'm
that.
not going to speak for Wild. I'm just going to be out of character and like Wild would never accept that.
That is true.
Let her try to fix Wilhelm.
Yep, let Grook just take him apart piece by
Gr-
piece.
Grook is taking Graves apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Hey,
just gonna
Grook.
quietly ask if. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I need his head.
He's like
You can-
she looks at his head, which at this point is concave.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost like a little negative imprint of Wild's face, where Graves' face used to be.
That's
It's
fucking hilarious.
It's barely a head anymore.
I mean, I'm well aware of that, but I have a
That's his job.
kingdom that needs to see that, or a king, more like.
She's like, you can have whatever when I'm done with him. I got an idea that this would work really great on.
That's fine,
need-
just as long as I can take his head. It matters to people. Everything
Whatever.
Else,
Oh, sorry.
everything else is yours.
Whatever they leave, Wild would actually like to collect and move to the cemetery. Wild, if nobody else wants to join, that's fine. Wild has a weird fucked up feeling about Graves right now, and he really needs to see him buried.
One thing Brando might take is the core or the heart. Whoever is the center of a Warforged.
I think that she's trying to use that to fix Wilhelm.
Grook is not doing
No.
anything for Wilhelm right now.
No. Okay.
Grook is
No.
trying to remove one of Graves' arms with a
Gotcha.
wrench.
Let me know when you get to the core. I'll get to that. Brando checks over Wild.
I
Puts
mean,
a hand on his shoulder.
you're a halfling and she's a goblin, and Graves is a very large individual. There's enough real estate on this body that you could both work on him, independently.
All right. Brando checks over Wild right now.
Mhm.
Puts a hand on his shoulder and is like, "How are you doing?"
Oh,
Matt?
Brando, I watched the devil die on my doorstep. I don't feel great.
You don't have to feel anything. You choose what you want to feel. It's okay if you don't feel great.
Just don't know why he couldn't move on. He always needed a new mission. He could have done something else, Brando.
Maybe strength was the only thing he was looking for, constantly upgrading himself, trying to find a challenge. And little else mattered to him. Probably he was obsessed by it. It wasn't healthy.
long internal look upon himself, and he just goes, "Yeah, yeah." And I don't know. I don't need it. I don't. He just says, "I don't need any healing. I'm fine. I'll get over
Brando
it."
pats Wild's shoulder. One thing we can maybe attempt to do from here is see if we can bring back Wilhelm.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a positive we can get out of this.
Nods.
Nell's gonna say, the shrine is likely still intact. It could be of use to us, but we'll have to source the materials.
We
If
have a
we need
diamond.
anything from Graves' body to put into Wilhelm, let me know. I'll try to rebuild his body. Thankfully, not too much damage was done. Just like a head snap or something.
Yeah, I mean, well, you wouldn't need parts. Like Wilhelm's pretty messed
Diamond.
up. But it's nothing that like a little elbow grease couldn't reshape. You know, the fun thing about Warforged is they're kind of whatever form they want to be. So even if Wilhelm was, missing a limb, he'd be like, well, I could just get a new one or whatever. So
True.
if assuming he's not dead, it's just a matter of ironing out the wrinkles that make up the majority of his head. That's really the
Brando,
only thing that has any lasting damage to it.
And
do you have
Brando
any,
can help in that.
do you have any
Um,
spell slots left?
I have a lot. Yeah. What do you need?
Wait, I just realized more than a minute's passed. Never mind. Sorry. We can't revivify.
I can
No.
revivify. I think we got
No.
Diamond on the way back, or
It's
no?
a minute though. He has to have
It
been
has
within
been
a
a
minute.
minute. Yeah, I cannot
Yeah.
do that.
We can take him to Pell? Do you have any higher level revivification
Nell?
spells?
No,
Okay.
No.
I do not, but we should have enough. Well, I don't know off the top of my head who could perform that, but I'm sure we could find someone.
If all else
Oh.
fails, we take him to the Temple of Bahamut in Odenheim.
Agreed. Nell puts the
So-
sword back in the scabbard eventually, and it just does not burn the scabbard on going back in.
It's cool.
So let's get Wilhelm's body back. Let's let everybody know that the coast is clear. Let's also
Mhm.
put out this fire that's right by us. I'm going to work on dismantling graves with Grook.
I'll pick up Wilhelm.
As you guys are wrapping up this conversation, Grook finally you see her she's now detached both of his arms, and she just kind of picks him up and slings him over the shoulder, and then just looks over at him and kicks him and spits on him one last time. She's like, "I saved my best insult for you ever. You're boring." And she walks away, very upset.
Holy shit.
And Brando will dismantle. He dismantles the cape first, so he doesn't have a weapon still. And then just works on getting pieces out so he can salvage that core.
Mm-hmm.
About the
Brando feels
cape is
like
that
he
it's
can
all
do
just
something with it, or at
Mhm.
least display it as kind of a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody taking the cursed sword back?
Oh yeah, Endbringer still sits on the ground.
Brando does not even touch it.
Wild is gonna, yeah.
You're just
I
gonna pick it up?
No, that's the thing. I think I'm gonna try my best and I'm gonna pull out one of my dwarven capes, which I call napkins.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I have to check and see which ones that I have, but I choose the most color appropriate, a black one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just wrap it around the hilt, grab the hilt, and then what is it? Once Brando has extracted the core or whatever from Graves, I just put it on Graves' chest, and I look at everybody and just say, "I'm gonna go bury this in the graveyard."
Okay.
Quick retcon. I'm still taking that head.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the car
Yeah,
gets
that
the head,
included.
Brando gets the core.
No,
And Brooke gets
get
the
our
arms.
we get our parts, and then we bequeath the rest of Graves to you,
Yeah.
Wild.
I should reiterate, there's nothing really that could be called a core on a Warforged.
Or a heart or something.
No, there isn't something that you could equate to being like a power source or something. They do have a thing on their forehead which is more like just kind of like a sigil, a weird like arcane signature, that does glow when they're alive. He doesn't have one.
Right, because he was like the prototype. He
Unstamped.
doesn't have a soul.
Okay,
Yeah.
then if there is no core, Brando removes his butt and puts it in his inventory.
Hey, you now have 1,001 butts.
I now have 1,001 butts.
All right.
Or assless robot.
So
Yes,
a head
Brando
will,
has the ass of Graves.
yeah, a very flattened, deflated Graves head will be removed from the chassis, and then what is left of Graves, being basically torso and legs at this point, is going to be wrapped up and buried in the graveyard.
Yes.
All right.
And the sword, it sounded like?
Now, along with the sword, I'm burying the sword right next to him. Grave Callers aren't getting this thing back.
Right on.
They already fucked up once.
As
We're gonna go back here.
as Wild goes to bury Graves, Pemberley falls respectfully behind.
Okay.
Brando displays Graves' ass on a head trophy, or on a, like, what do you call those things? That
Like
you
like
design a wig on or something.
like a big trophy plaque kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's a deer head and then an owlbear head and then Graves' butt.
Yes. 100%.
Mhm.
In fact, we display it at the plank. Why not?
Eh,
So people can look at it and laugh about it.
that I feel like that's in poor taste.
Enthusiasm wanes for this idea.
Maybe
Fine.
like
Then
you
Brenda
keep it in
will
your
hold
lab.
on to it for later.
Yeah.
It's too soon. It's too
Keep
soon.
it in your lab. Keep it in your lab.
Keeping in the lab for now.
Maybe we display this underground.
Yeah. Can I? Or I guess we'll let the people that were fleeing know that they can come back to safety.
First, Cyrus, help me get Wilhelm's corpse inside.
Yeah, I'm carrying it.
Okay.
I'm also strong sometimes.
You're gonna bring Wilhelm into the plank.
Into the secret base, more specifically. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take the easy way in.
Sure.
So,
All right.
and after accomplishing that, check on Arzan, tell him coast is clear, problem solved.
Yep.
Also, hashtag no more bad customers, holds up head, and no more cinnamon.
Yep.
Oh, cinnamon.
Well, that doesn't mean that Cinnamon is dead. Cinnamon's mother found him and seemed to take care of him.
Yeah, but no more cinnamon for us.
Yeah, no more Cinnamon for us, unfortunately.
He seems so confused. Well,
Hey, Brando, are you still concentrating?
Oh, is the minute over or something?
Oh,
Yes,
the minute,
yes,
the minute's over.
No.
Oh
The
no.
minute
and
is
then,
probably up.
Zakar like collapses like for like,
Yeah.
5 seconds.
More steam coming
Yeah.
from his
Can I
body.
can I attempt to like grab him with like I've got Wilhelm on one arm and to attempt to grab him with the other one?
How's your strength, Cyrus?
18.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'll say with some work, you could drag a
A Zakar and a
a
Wilhelm.
mostly dead Shatterkai and an extremely dead Warforged the rest of the way.
It's
fine.
not that bad. It's only like 6 seconds. It's a
Mhm.
turn of just stun, shall we say.
Good fighting, buddy.
Yep.
Or just takes one big whoo boy.
Wild, you were the last person holding Wilhelm's hat.
Oh,
I just feel like I should point that out.
yeah, no, I definitely before I leave, I definitely go and like put the hat on Wilhelm's chest as you guys are like taking him away,
Sure.
or maybe even back on his head.
Mhm.
Nonetheless, that hat stays with that body.
Mhm.
Actually, weird esoteric question now, Chris.
Mhm.
Was Graves' hat actually a hat, or was that a part of him?
It was on closer inspection. It looks like it was attached to it. I mean, it's barely a hat, to be clear. It's extremely hardened steel. But it was bolted to his head, and it does look like it might have been let's call it aftermarket. Like
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that answers my question
Mm-hmm.
completely. But it is to say it is not a hat of any traditional definition,
Yeah,
so much as
it's something that aesthetically resembles a hat, but definitely a normal person would struggle to wear it.
okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know.
Yep. So I think Nell is going to stay with you guys and Wilhelm down
Mhm.
below.
Okay.
And they're concerned with like, what's are we gonna do something about this now or
With Wilhelm?
yeah.
Yeah, let's see if
What
we
time
can
of day
take
is
care of
it?
Wilhelm now.
I mean,
It's
like,
still
what,
like
noon?
midday. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty in the middle of the day at this point.
I guess we try to rally what holy
Mhm.
folk we have and see if anyone has the capabilities to help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna lay him down
Mm-hmm.
somewhere nicely.
Sure. I kind of imagine he's just in the big like meeting. You got the big round meeting table in the middle of the hideout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Pell.
Nell.
No. Damn it, N.
Did I call him Pill?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then
My
it's
brain's
stuck
on
in my
One Piece. I
brain.
apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Yeah, because I'm like, no, you're a changeling. That means you're Pell, because Pox, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah, they're all P names. No.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, Nell. Give me a second on that subject. Zakar pulls out the Raven, Queen's Stone of Sending.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, it's like, my queen, field a question for me real quick. As I'm sure you're aware, we lost a friend of ours in a fight just now. Would there be any point in casting any magic on him? Or attempting to with a resurrection?
She would respond. She's she would say, yes, the exorbitant one is fresh upon my doors. He is willing to return, if that's your question.
I'm sure he's willing to return if the powers and the magics will allow it. Then we'll make quick work of it. Tell him to be ready.
Best of luck.
Thank you, Queenie. Less than 3's a car.
Yeah, hugs and kisses.
Okay. Put stone down. Okay, trip to Odenheim.
Mhm.
All
On
right.
your way to Odenheim, Wild definitely does not join. Wild's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be busy
No,
doing that.
well, I mean, like we can take the 20 minutes to be like, okay, all right, BRB, Arzen, like we'll be back in a
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
Like,
Weren't we going to go to Odenheim anyways? I forget what for.
I don't think so.
No, we were kind of en route to. We were stopping here, and then we're going to keep going to Black Ram, I think, to bring more refugees there.
Okay.
Well, the refugees in Black Ram, but also, I mean, Zakar has to, go clock in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we can take a side jaunt. Also, we don't all have to go to Odenheim. I'll go.
I
But
was gonna say, we obviously Wild's staying behind, which is fine. Zakar's gonna go. Cyrus is gonna go.
Mhm.
Honestly, that would
Irina?
be fine. Like, if we just want to take the day trip
Oh.
real quick.
At the risk of
But
metagaming, it would
Pemberley,
be in your best interest to have at least 3 people on hand for a resurrection.
Pemberley,
Oh, okay.
Pemberley, have you ever been to Odenheim?
Actually, yeah.
No.
Let's bring Pemberley.
It's
No.
look. This is not the best first impression of Bifrost. But Bifrost is very cool too. But Odenheim is a really cool city. Would you like to come with? They have a really big library, and
Yeah, you want to see all these cannibalistic dwarves that you've heard about?
Brando's got a workforce there. Don't listen to him. Brando's got a workshop and stuff.
Oh no,
And
they love me. I'm dead serious.
there's a really big temple to my god. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They roast
Okay,
up
good.
everything, put it all out on the big feasting tables.
Can I just like smack Zakar?
I,
Gauntlet.
I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna be like, oh, this is gonna. I just flick up, do a middle finger, and just be like, yeah, I know that some of the propaganda was extremely exaggerated. Okay, fine. It sounds like a lot of sounds fun. I kind of want to know more about your god. It
Hey.
seems really important to you.
He's pretty cool.
Oh, and Takar turns to Nell and is like, okay, well, we have a mission. You're welcome to tag along if you want to be of assistance.
I think I'll make sure everybody returns okay.
Out of character. Is that to say everyone here in Bifrost or everyone deceased?
The Bifrost populace.
Bifrost. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You carry on then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things I
Get
want
why
to do
had
is
Nurse make him a disguise.
Go ahead, Alan.
one of the things I want to do is I want to be there when Wild buries Graves,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
We can wait.
I want to try to see if there's anything.
Mhm.
Just ask if I could if you want me to disintegrate the body and the sword.
Wild.
I think Wild says thank you, Pem, but no, I think he's earned some rest.
You have a really strange relation. I don't, I kind of don't understand. Like, he really seemed to have fucked you guys. He's fucked you all over like a fucking ton. And, but, like, why? It kind of seems like you have kind of a strange relationship with the guy.
Wild's face is very neutral, has been ever since he kind of calmed down and has, kind of returned to a general kind of happenstance. But when he turns around to look at you, he definitely is just tearing and just crying. And Wild just says, Pam.
Yeah.
It.
You were?
He could have been anything. He could have chosen. I know what it was like. It's a bad and scary place to not know that you're useful, that you have something to do, that you're worth anything. And I I think at the end, I think I seen it. I think I seen that he was just afraid as I was. I don't. Hmm. Maybe
Well,
it's
even if
splitting hairs, but I don't know. It's over.
and even if you're afraid, there's always a choice. Well, usually. Look,
There's an old saying around graveyards that the first person to be buried stays at the graveyard to help usher in the other souls. Now, DM, if I am not mistaken, I have yet to bury Hammer.
Mhm.
I was getting this place ready for him to be the first person to bury,
Yeah, we
Mm.
haven't buried anyone yet.
but I have not put him in the dirt.
Yeah, I think he's still wrapped up and waiting to be put in. I would be willing to believe that like you got. Well, no, this all happened like the same day, like the day after you got back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You were in the middle of prepping that exact thing.
I mean, wouldn't we have buried the bandits or robbers whose place we took over here?
No.
No, they're not in the graveyard.
Yeah, God
No, we
knows where
just
they
made the
are.
graveyard.
Okay.
I think we threw them off the edge of the cliff and we're like, yep, all done.
Yep.
Improper
Cinnamon
burial.
ate them.
Hmm.
There's a
We
few
turned them
rib
into
bones
bacon.
and a few bird nests around here, but beyond that, no. Graves will be the first person we bury in this graveyard.
That'd
And I'm
be
not gonna
something.
lie, I think it's fitting, and I hope that this can be an order that he can follow forever, and he can finally help somebody.
God, you're such a fucking good guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I don't even think I heard about even half the shit you've been through, and still care for people like that. Oh, it's really something.
His eyes, but it's still just crying, and he just goes down on his knees and gives you a big hug.
Well, I give him a hug back. I'm like, don't worry, he's gave him a second chance, and it's more than anyone could ask for. That's more than he deserves, in my fucking opinion. But yeah, I think that reflects more. That's more a reflection of you than him. Just yeah, you're a good guy. You're a fucking good guy.
Player is not crying right now. Shut up.
You guys are awesome.
I didn't.
It's real good.
It was it was some time ago that I was like, it should be my personal goal as the DM to make people cry, and now I'm realizing that like it's almost more rewarding that it wasn't anything I did that caused it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Good role playing.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, over the course of the day, you guys can bury graves. You can even bury Hammer if you want. You can get Wilhelm to Odenheim
Mm-hmm.
and try and get him resurrected. But the question is, where are we going to source the materials required for the resurrection?
Well, what do we need for that? We have diamonds.
Yep.
You
The
have.
king gave us all the gems in his crown.
He gave you a lot of gems. Does
Well,
Yeah.
does
we
somebody
used
have?
the gem in the crown. We bought some diamonds on the way back,
I have the
or
crown.
we're planning to. So
Or
we
no, I
did
had the
set aside
crown.
some funds.
Yeah. Let's see. Items.
Um,
How much are the
I just
diamonds?
have king.
How much are the
Sorry.
diamonds worth?
300 each.
Okay.
So yeah, if we use religious people or take them to the right thing and have them resurrected, like we'll spend whatever is needed.
Is 300 the components for
That's for Revivify.
revivify? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Then
need bigger one.
what you're going to be casting is Raise Dead, which is 500 gold.
Yes.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
King Daka, we didn't write down a specific amount, but after the battle, I asked him if we could have more gems from his crown, and he said
Mhm.
we could just use it. So we
Okay.
just have King Daka's crown
No,
in the
no,
inventory.
no.
We gave him the crown back, but we took the gems from it.
Yes.
But we don't know how much the gems were worth.
Who
'Cause you didn't
wrote
tell
down
us.
the gems?
If
I
I am
just
not
wrote-
mistaken, the
Yep.
thing
It
that
was
Chris
Tyrone.
said was every single one of those gems is big enough because he's a fucking king.
Yeah, for whatever
Pretty
we
much.
needed it for. It was very vague.
Yeah. Well, at the time, I would assume you needed it to revivify.
Yeah.
And
So a
we-
couple of 300
yeah.
gems.
We used one diamond. King gave us one diamond in the fight against the Empress.
Before that,
Um,
yeah.
Here-
After
here-
that, he gave us more.
No, we didn't blow that
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Here's my understanding. Nobody has ever written down, for any reason, a diamond worth 500 gold in their inventory.
No.
So, I'm going to ask you to try and figure out how to source one from your nebulous treasury.
Okay. How much gems did King Daka give us? Because you were vague. After the fight, when I gave him his crown back, I was like, "Hey, we might still need some stuff," and he
All right.
said, "Take whatever." But you never told us a set number.
If you, we'll leave this up to a luck check. I'll make the DC 15.
Okay.
If you can make it, that crown has the gem you need. If not, it has 300 gold diamonds.
Okay. Just a D20.
D20 roll.
Can
No portents on this.
no favored by gods.
Nope.
Uh,
This is an unmodified D20 roll. All right.
19.
You got the diamond you need.
nice.
You no longer have diamonds from the crown.
Alright. Removing that from my inventory.
All right.
We will need to put in some funding to get a diamond or two
Yep.
worth 500.
So, as we have performed in the past, there is a ritual involved that 3 people can take part in. Who was going to go to Odenheim to help with the ritual?
Zakar and Cyrus.
Uh-huh.
And I guess Pemberley?
Or is Pemberley
you want
staying?
Brando. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, is Pemberley staying behind with Wild, or?
I don't. Pemberley wanted to go to Odenheim, but I
Okay.
almost feel like I almost feel like it might be more apropos for Brando to participate in the ritual, maybe. I don't know.
Since he knew Wilhelm more.
Yeah.
Well, Brando needs Wilhelm for his ideas, his crazy ideas. So yeah, Brando's going to help out with this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, Pemberley can still come along,
Sure.
but like that's on you, Allie.
Yeah. No, actually, probably she's gonna stay behind with Wild just to take care.
Mhm.
Okay.
We'll go to Odenheim another time when it's less sad to visit.
It's the biggest metropolis in the planet. Like there'll be
Yeah.
other chances. All right. So that afternoon, you guys go into Odenheim. Is there a particular? Are you going to Bahamut Temple?
That's what I assumed. I mean, is there a Temple of the Raven Queen?
There is.
In a place like Odenheim, absolutely.
There
What do you
is.
prefer, Zakar?
But I'll go ahead and just tell you, Zakar. Like at this point, like your faith notwithstanding, her powers are waning. Like,
I was gonna say if we're placing bets on on a full godly battery, it's not the Raven Queen.
Do we know what god Wilhelm worshipped?
Oh, wasn't it the goddess of luck?
I was gonna say I don't think he did.
he never mentioned.
No. Wait, excuse me. I was thinking of Orfeo. My bad.
Yes.
Well, that's still the Raven Queen though, because his whole thing is Lady Luck or Fate, and that's still a Raven Queen.
Yeah, it turns out
You're right.
Turns out that's her domain too. He just had no idea.
Which is great. So the answer is Bahamut. Yay!
All right.
Yay.
So yeah, the four of you roll into Odenheim, en route to the Temple of Bahamut, which you guys have visited a couple times before. Pemberley, they basically walk you straight up to the mountain that you can clearly see west of Bifrost. That kind of hooks around the whole west side of the lake that that the plank is on the cliffs overlooking. And when you get closer to the mountain, there is some structures built out from it that basically act as like a giant gatehouse, and it's massive. It's a big checkpoint. But getting through it is not an ordeal. There's immediately a lot of traffic around there, and they lead you into the dim dark of the city. It opens up into, miraculously enough, like the cavern that it opens up to appears to be almost as big as the mountain from the outside, as if most of the stone has been removed to make room for the city. So much so that there's actually sunlight coming in through a massive crack that runs down the middle of it, that kind of shines and moves over the city as it goes. There's a water source, or an actual river that flows right through the town, and flows out into the lake through like an underground cistern. And aside from that, this place is, it's like you would expect a village, not a village, a whole city made of wood and stone buildings, and it's bustling, and there's marketplaces, and it's all dimly lit and extremely crowded, and it's compared to what you're used to, it's absolutely breathtaking.
She's very much overstimulated. She's just like,
yeah, it's a lot.
yeah.
Oh wait, I thought you didn't come with.
She did.
Yeah,
She's just here for moral support.
Oh, okay.
And if we needed the disguise that Nurse made for Pemberley, we could disguise. I
Wait for
still
Pemberley.
forget what we needed the disguise for, because Brando had a Nurse make him disguise.
Yeah, I don't remember why we were going to do that either.
Yeah, I completely forget. Oh well.
I thought the disguise was for one of the Warforged.
Maybe one of the. Hard to say. Anyhow, we have a human disguise that Nurse made based off of looking at Cyrus.
Human disguise
Yes.
based on Cyrus.
I remember that was kind of the joke. Like, Nurse was making a human disguise based off of a Bollywog.
Mhm.
Oh, we lost
Maybe that
somebody.
was for sneaking. I don't know. Well, if we needed it for Odenheim.
I forget what we needed it for. Oh well,
Well,
I'll need to
beside
look
the
at
point
the
now.
old video.
Yeah.
We'll probably go back and watch the previous episode and be like, "Oh, it was just for the memes."
Pretty much.
Knowing
Mhm.
us.
Yeah. So you guys travel through crowded streets and marketplaces in the mid to late afternoon. um, Eventually, coming to the temple of Bahamut, a rather large and opulent temple. Um, and you are welcomed. And in the interest of time, at this point, these people recognize you, Cyrus. It's not the first time you visited. They know the decorated paladin of the Platinum Dragon that has
I
come in
mean, I
here
came here
seeking help on numerous occasions.
one time. One of their priests got his brain fried by Bahamut. I
Also
feel like they
that,
should remember that.
also that.
I hope that guy's okay.
You haven't seen him
Well,
Look,
since
sure.
that's between him and Bahamut,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. He. You haven't seen him since that happened.
I hope he's okay.
Mhm.
We might need a. Do we have a priest of Bahamut at Odin or at our place?
Yes, his
Yeah,
name is
me.
Cyrus Brightblade.
Ugh, bub, blub, at your service.
And we also need one that can cast Raise Dead or
Okay.
Or a cleric.
Resurrect.
Look, I'm working on it. All right. I'm a shitty Claire, but I got some stuff in there. But
You'll
yeah, I guess
eventually get there.
yeah, I guess we could probably
Mhm.
recruit someone better at Bahamut stuff than me.
Yes.
um,
'Cause
Go ahead.
because you're a fine paladin, but we need somebody that can stay behind and revive people.
That's fair.
All right, onwards.
All right. So, a ritual is prepared. Um, Wilhelm is brought
Brando's
in.
been fixing Wilhelm on the way back.
Been what?
Or Brando's been fixing Wilhelm's body on the way to Odenheim.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're
His
all
nose.
you're all up in the inside his skull with a ball peen hammer, just knocking that shit back.
Mm-hmm.
Back into shape. Um. Go ahead and make another Arcana check.
Okay.
See how we do on that.
On the reshaping,
Yep.
can do. Arcana.
Oh, anybody got a
Oof.
portent left?
It's fine, or I can add my 2 points. I don't know if that'd make a difference.
Probably not.
It's fine.
All right. You
Giving
work
him
at
kind
it
of
for
a
a while, but
Picasso face.
it's still pretty crumpled. It won't keep him
Mm.
from coming back to life, but he's gonna be a little weird.
Okay.
He's gonna have two eyes that can see each other.
Dude, should have had Nurse come with us. Oh well.
Or
Uh,
should do it after. Don't
I
worry.
think Wild needed Nurse to be there.
all right. The base DC for the check is 10. The DC goes up by 1 for every previous successful check you guys make. So, with the ritual laid out, the material, the diamond turned over to the priest here.
Mm-hmm.
What follows is this long ordinate. I believe the casting time is an hour. Um, they spend the whole hour reciting lots of prayers and things in a very practiced manner, and at fixed intervals throughout the ritual, they call upon you guys to fill in with some words to convince the man to return to us. So, who wants to go first?
I'll go. Or you can go.
Let's see. Trying to think. He has helped out so many. and he will continue to help out so many more. He might even be one of the keys to saving this world. And that's Brando's thing.
All right. Brando, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. I like how I've been having advantage. Why is it rolling twice?
I don't know, but your first roll was a 1.
Oh, boy.
Oh, but I get to re-roll that.
Yep. 'Cause
Lucky.
you're a halfling.
Because
So
halfling.
we'll just take the second one then. That's
Okay.
we'll go with the 17.
Nice.
Real good.
17.
Okay. Who's up next?
And add that point to my thing. I guess.
Well, you didn't roll a 1, so.
True. Okay.
Wilhelm, I was really mad at you for a while because you hid the fact that Grim had faked his death, and I was pretty mad at him also, and sad. But you're kind of like the heart of this secret company that I should not be naming in a public place like this. And things would be too quiet if you don't come back to us. There wouldn't be enough music. So please come back.
I'll let you make a persuasion or a religion check.
Or religion. But
Yeah.
I'm better at persuasion,
Probably.
so I'm gonna do that.
Just paladin problems.
Yeah. 20.
Excellent. All right. The car, what you got?
Wilhelm, we managed to kill Graves somehow. There is never a better time than right now for you to be alive. We need you. You deserve this. Don't make me come down there and drag you back.
Intimidation?
Either persuasion or intimidation would be appropriate.
I'll take intimidation for once. Okay.
No!
Oh,
Shit.
Oh.
nobody wants to portent that shit.
Do we have any left?
I mean, I could portent it into a 1, but
No, we have that portent of yours for 15.
No, I used it so I could be cool. Because
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
rolled
that's
a
right.
1.
Fuck. I used my portent of 16.
Say
Yeah.
Brando.
This is what I get for
Fuck,
trying
you
to be
used your
cool.
portent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
I-
everybody that rolled well on portent has used it up.
Yeah, because it was me and
Yep.
Allie who rolled low with
Mhm.
1 and 2, and we didn't end up needing to use them.
Yep.
So
All right. So we got 2
Did we fail?
successes.
Mhm.
What's that?
Did we fail?
Well, he failed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say because he rolled a 1, that's gonna cancel out one of our successes. So, you still got 1 success. That takes our DC down to 9. Real good chances, but it is gonna come down to a single D20 roll, which I'm gonna go ahead and throw in front of the screen here. After I take a deep breath.
All the marbles.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of our oldest
After
NPCs. This is
all
fine.
saying your piece, and there's some minutes left in the ritual while you all sit and wonder if it's gonna be enough. And then finally the
Hope so.
ritual comes to a close with a bright flash of light. And Wilhelm jolts a little bit. And then starts to move and just goes,
Do we need to heal him?
Well, what he's experiencing right now is resurrection sickness, which just means he's gonna feel a little shitty for a while.
Mhm.
After a second he kind of picks himself up a couple of inches, and then like you can tell it hurts a little bit, so he's like, ah, he stops, and then he opens his eyes and looks at you guys and looks at where he is, and he goes, "Is the hooch okay?"
Yeah, it's
the
pretty well
alcohol?
fine.
Yep.
Ugh.
And we can cut
Well-
away from that scene.
He's back.
Did I
Nice
hear is
bone.
the hooch okay?
Is the hooch
Mhm.
okay? Yeah.
That's our
The
Wilhelm.
last thing he saw was the whole wagon being blown up.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, I think we can call it there for the evening.
Okay.
Um, I think that concludes. Well, let's see. It's been a minute. I know we in previous sessions we talked a bit about immediate plans for the future.
Hmm.
Do we want to have? Do we want to revive that conversation just for everybody's sanity?
I mean,
Sure.
Brando still wants to get the grave callers going again, so he.
Do we
wants
want to
to-
have this conversation right now?
Yep.
YN.
Why for me? Why
Sure.
I am down for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a refresher would be good. I think we're splitting the party 3 ways.
We will say at this point in time there is there's kind of a long evening. You guys do have to eventually go back to Bifrost, and by the time you get there, the sun's going down.
Yeah.
In fact, I will move.
Oh, Brando, let's set aside some funds to buy 2 more diamonds, maybe like
That's a good idea.
500 for resurrection.
How many diamonds can we get? Like, honestly, if we could just have a pocket full of diamonds at all times, that'd be good. Just in case.
I already remember spending some on our way back from Tierfang.
Mm.
We're in a
So
major.
we have a few diamonds, I think. Let me
Yeah,
double.
we are in a major city, so it wouldn't be out of the question, and we have gotten diamonds in 09 before.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the question. I guess I mean it might come down to like supply versus demand though. You might only have like I have 3 of them because I
Yeah.
never sell my 500 GP diamonds because you know how often I sell those?
Mhm.
Very rarely. So I don't have to get a re-up very often. You know what I mean?
Would the temple have like a store that sells Revivify components?
No, they do not just
Oh.
have diamonds lying around, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the gift shop of Bahamut and be like, "Hey, where's the diamond aisle?"
Right next to the WWBD bracelets.
So let's buy at least 2 500 worth diamonds, and then I think Cyrus, did you add the rest of the diamonds to your inventory? I'm not
I
seeing them in
had
mine.
no. I just had the crown, so I had the $1,000 or 1,000 gold pieces,
Shall we
or 500 gold pieces.
buy?
One
Just used.
just used. So I have no diamonds currently.
Shall we
Well-
buy 3 regular diamonds, like 300 each?
Yeah, because neither of us has anything more than Revivify, right?
Right. Neither of us have more than Revivify. So
Yep.
taking out 3. And then how much is a plat piece worth?
Is that 10
100
gold?
gold.
10
100
gold?
gold?
10
Is it
gold?
10 gold?
I believe so.
Okay. So taking out, let's see, 768 platinum. Somebody okay?
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
just typing dramatically.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just checking if my
So
background helps with anything. Shelter of the Faithful. Sorry.
doing some math. 76800, I think. Or no, 7680. 7680 Minus 1,000. Okay, 6680. Okay. And then I am adding the diamonds.
So are you buying all three? Could I have one so I could have one for my inventory?
Sure. Unless you want to kick like 300 gold towards me to count for that.
I have no actual money on my character sheet.
Then I
think,
am holding the money. Okay.
yeah.
And part of those, since we were in Odenheim, was from Skyfire Labs. So sure.
Thank you.
Cyrus gets one. Go ahead and add that right now.
Adding it to my sheet. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, write those on your sheets. Make sure to write them on your
Yeah,
sheets.
write shit
Consumable?
down for the love of God.
Just-
That's what I'm
just
doing. We're
put-
doing it right now.
Just put diamond 300 GP or diamond 500 GP.
Yep, it's right there.
Hell yes. Oh, I know. God, man, I know we're still talking about stuff. I'm not going to lie. That last little bit with Wild was really not planned on my part.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that this entire time Graves is a very dark reflection of Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
Or I guess I should say is Wild is the bright reflection. Wild is what happens when Graves gets a second chance.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I guess freedom to not have to have an order. You know? Yeah,
The
man.
freedom to choose for yourself without having to have someone else making decisions for you.
Yeah. Because I'm like, no, man, that actually really fucked me up in the moment. I was thinking about it, and I'm just like, damn, dude. Wild is kind of killing a part of himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh. Not
It's
not
it-
killing it, just moving past that part
well,
of it.
it letting it die.
Yeah.
He knew what it well because it's this whole thing of it's just like it's why he's moving away from barbarian as a class, and it's just
Mhm.
like no, I actually have to put some structure in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The
That makes
rage is
perfect sense.
good and it flows, but you gotta have some building. You can't just destroy everything. You gotta build something.
Mm.
Well,
So, I'm gonna say, late that evening, about about dinner time. By this point, people have started to return to Bifrost. For the most part, you would say there's probably a couple of stragglers. They were a little jostled by the experience enough that they're like, I don't know if I'm ready to call that safe just because a dragon left. Um, but but things are mostly returning to normal as the night goes on. And it's a relatively quiet night. Um, maybe a morose kind of energy in the plank that evening. But um, I'm thinking all y'all plus Wilhelm are down in the hideout. Um,
all eating shawarma.
yep, swarming
Mm.
it up.
It's just the ending of Avengers.
Mm-hmm. If for no
And
other
Brando
reason
is
than to
trying to
reiterate.
fix up Wilhelm even more on the way back.
Yeah, I'll say like given enough time, you can get him back into good shape, get him polished up.
I'm
Make him
So
all
sadly
shiny and brassy.
Mhm.
sadly toasting lemonade in Cinnamon's honor memory.
Brando puts a hand on Cyrus's shoulder and is like, we still have a chance to get Cinnamon back.
Mhm.
Cinnamon is not dead.
Well, maybe he's happier there, but I'm just sad we didn't get to properly say goodbye.
At least we are alive, and at least there is a chance that we can get him back.
Maybe he'll remember us. Maybe he'll remember the bacon.
One days maybe Cinnamon will find us.
Yeah.
As a bacon
He'll remember us
Mm-hmm.
and bacon.
and
And
bacon.
the power biscuits that we used
Yeah.
to treat him to.
Yeah, Gull, your orcish chef comes out, and he's like, I will miss the The little scamp, as he's putting down like steaks in front of you guys. It will not be the same without my seared knuckles. He walks back into the kitchen.
He'll give him a chance to heal his seared knuckles.
All right, so I assume you guys are going to have a conversation, but to help you guys, to help kind of direct the conversation, I have added a new toy for us to play with. If you guys go to the journal tab, which is the tab that looks like a book, and then look down at the bottom, you'll see at the very bottom there's a button that says quest log.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh my gosh!
go,
Hey.
go ahead and click on
Failed.
that.
We're bullet journaling,
Okay,
guys.
good. I was worried that the doom hole was going to be under failed quests.
Well, here's the thing.
Hey.
I have only.
Oh, what the?
Oh,
Who did that?
yeah.
Apparently
Right?
that was me. Because apparently I set them as in progress.
Oh, okay. I
Oh.
didn't know that those were okay. Yeah, I see. It was not clear to me how much of this was visible to you guys. But I went ahead and made I made this one. I made Stop Alibar in progress because that's the one thing I know you guys are doing. And then I put up some other stuff that was mentioned last session, but we didn't really get into too much. So there. Now you are free to have opinions and stuff.
Oh, can I?
Build a new airship.
Oh, Chris.
Yes.
Can I say one thing? While I was packing Cinnamon's like little bag, I put a friendship token in there.
Oh, yay! Oh, good. He had one.
Yeah, I knew he had
gave him-
one, but I
you gave
wanted
him
to
his
make sure
friendship
that
token?
I wanted to make sure that narratively I put that in there and that everyone knew I put that friendship token in there.
That makes me very happy.
Friendship
He has.
token.
Hold on. I
Got-
have the list.
I gotta make a note about that. That's really good.
Friendship
That's
coins.
really fucking good.
Cinnamon has a turtle friendship coin.
A little pack full of golden normal coins. Just one of many.
Thank you, Wild.
Real good. All right. So
I thought about saying it while I said it, but yeah.
So this is stuff that I wrote down and went ahead and made entries for. Not sure how you guys were going to handle them, or if handling them at all, or whatever. Also, if you decide that there's a thing you want to do that should go on the quest log, just say so, and we can make a new entry for it. Apparently, you guys can just do that. Apparently, you can just hit new quest. Apparently, that's a thing you can do. I'm just now learning this.
Sorry, I was playing.
Let's see. Add quest.
Can we turn gather allies into several subquests? Because we have a couple different things we're doing there.
It already is. If you click on it, you'll see there are objectives and descriptions and such.
Okay. Okay. That's yep. Enter Dorja alive. Remember is Dorja the drow?
Yes.
Okay.
It was mentioned.
I also wanted to add possibly talking to the Bullywogs, the pirates. I don't know if there's time.
Well, let's focus on the
Big kingdoms.
reiterating our previous conversation.
Yeah.
Because we can always add new stuff.
That's true.
But we were kind of dead set on splitting the party. because Wilhelm and Zakar have an appointment at the South Pole.
And Pemberley, right?
Well, that's optional. Not to be mean to Allie, but Zakar and Wilhelm both have to make that trip.
And Wilhelm's fanning himself with his hat and being like, which I can totally do now that I'm alive.
I believe.
Yeah,
Well,
right. Being alive is great.
You really
then-
don't. I mean, it goes without saying that being alive is preferable, but you really don't get the weight of that statement until you're not alive. And then
No,
you're
I
like,
know,
and then you're like, man, this sucks.
No, I've gotten to sample not alive twice, and yeah, no, it's a lot of perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in our party has died except for Pemberley. This is
Hey,
sorry.
keep it that way, Pam.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're gonna
it's-
keep it that way. Pemberley will protect you.
guys, like hear me out. Pemberley, just like you should try death just a little bit sometime.
No, it's pretty
I
traumatic.
think that's kind of inevitable. I mean,
Wilhelm points and goes,
we're talking about death with benefits, not actual death.
in moderation.
I don't know. I think death with benefits and friends with benefits are things that are two completely different things.
Did
Never
you
mind.
guys?
What? Who said anything about friends? What? What are you talking about?
What you're actually saying is you should try resurrection at least once. That's what it is. You shouldn't try death. You should try resurrection at least once.
Okay, maybe Wild has a point there.
Did you guys have a different experience when you died than I did? Because I saw like hell.
Well, that's because I guess you just make poor life choices, Cyrus.
I mean, we knew this, but
A big hand hit me on the face.
Huh?
A big hand hit me on the face.
Yeah.
That was my afterlife. Yeah, a big one. A big one from like a crow lady.
Yeah, I mostly just remember a lot of birds.
Brando, what was it like when you died? Did you see
I don't wanna
anything?
talk about it.
Oh, damn it all!
I've almost died, and I have died.
You have died. It's true. Anyways,
Anyway, splitting the party. But yeah, Zakar is actually. I think we were gonna make the side trip to Dhaka, and then go to Watch It to pick up the boat. I think that was the plan for me and Wilhelm.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't seen the second wind in a while, but I could probably send a message out, throw some coins at people, have it waiting for us in Dhaka.
I mean, we have to get there somehow.
Yeah.
Plus,
Unless you know somebody with an airship.
I mean, we do, but also, I want to see what this gets us. Holds up Graves' head.
hey,
You think that'll get us an airship?
Barony?
I don't think it'll get us an airship. Actually, it might, but
It was like, I don't know. It's a hell of a bounty.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's probably actually now that it's like looking at crushed Graves' head. Now that I think about it, yeah, no, both kingdoms would probably have a bounty on this.
Maybe you could also get a barony from Odenheim.
At the very
have
least,
Summerhome.
yeah, he was a wanted man, and yeah, I mean, maybe not if they want to reward you with something super duper, but maybe a pat on the back by the city guard and $100.
Maybe something. That would be a conversation to have with Glornan, I guess. Do that before we leave.
Do we think that Wilhelm thinks really hard? He's like, do we think it would be smarter to hand this over to the Silverbeards or King.
Wild pops up when he says that. He says, if we give it to the Silverbeards, we need to ask why he had that sword.
I'm just saying, like, do we think the dwarves want this or the orcs want this? The
Both.
Warforged were on the orcs' payroll, after all. I can't imagine they're happy about this rogue element.
Well, that's why I wanted to start there first.
The
Seeing as
dwarves
how-
might pay a pretty penny.
Yeah, but I don't trust the dwarves to not use this for even worse things right now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of not under the impression that the dwarves feel one way or the other about the guy. But I'm like, I died today, so you take that with a grain of salt.
They're not the most sharing with what they want to do with their motives. They did summon an entire golem under us when we were in Odinat? No, watch it.
Daka.
Daka. Yeah, one of the Orc kingdoms.
That was pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was awesome. That was some
Eh.
tasty war crimes right there.
Yeah, listen, I don't
But
even mind those. It's really the point that we gave them a knife and they said, we'll keep that really safe. And then the
they gave
next
it to-
time we find it, they gave it to Graves. Which means,
Yeah.
you know,
So let's
Wild
maybe-
literally looks at all of his friends like, right? I'm not the only one jumping to this conclusion, right?
And that's why I want to talk to the orcs first. Especially because at the moment I'm on King Daka's or King Trog's good side. And so if anything, this will be one less concern for him and one more reward. I mean, to be fair, he already owes us for the Empress, so I'd rather cash in on the double. Besides, I don't think he actually physically is going to be interested in taking this off of my hand.
Wild agrees with you tactically that, yeah, it's probably Daka is the better decision. And then, depending on what we hear from there, maybe we'll go to the dwarves. We might go to the dwarves nonetheless. Whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out after the orcs say something.
Exactly. But that means side trip, get a boat, go on a trip. Cyrus, I believe that you wanted to go back to Skriok, I believe.
To formally speak with the birds and ask if they will join us in the fight against Alabar.
Indeed.
Yeah. Also, I wouldn't. Don't try and pronounce that in their tongue. It's better. It's better if you don't. It can be insulting.
Oh, are they like the French? Are they like
I'm just
French
saying.
badly?
I'm just saying that is a
Don't
real weak.
mangle our
That's
language.
a real weak pronunciation.
That's fair. Yes, I'd like to go speak with them.
Right.
Wild, initially you said you would go with, but do you still want to do that, or do you want to do something else?
Wild is very much still down with going with. He has no this didn't change any of his plans. Nah. Yeah, we're going right with you, Cyrus. Cyrus and Wild.
Yeah. And then
Friends
I think while we were
again.
up there, we were gonna try to what we were gonna do? What Team Himbo?
Pretty much.
Himbo.
While we're up there, are we gonna try to swing by Georgia, or is that a different trip?
I'm up for it. We could swing by.
Yeah, just
Especially if it knocks another, task off the list that we don't have to, make a whole nother trip out there for.
Mhm.
Because we don't know it, but we are low-key racing the clock.
Yes.
We should at least check in with them, though.
Team Hambone.
So Cyrus and Wild, yes,
Mhm.
Team Hambone are going to Hunter's Vale,
Mhm.
and Zakar, Pemberley, and Wilhelm are going to Scoria.
Yep. And I
Brando's
guess
going to
Brando is
Mechanics.
sitting at home and airshipping.
Oh, he was gonna go to Mechanicus.
What you doing,
Mechanus.
Brando?
Brando would need a team in order to go to work with the Grave Callers to get a new airship.
Oh.
Oh, actually, that brings up a real good
Yeah.
point. Zakar pulls out the Grave Callers book and starts scribbling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we should check in with them.
Wilhelm was not alive, and now he is again.
Do you want to
Want
come
to
adventuring?
help you guys get a new airship? What is the best way to do that? Otherwise, Brando will happily explain his idea again.
Well, I'm curious in what you want to do, and I'm also curious in how you intend to do it.
Want to give the Grave Callers up and running again because they were a super useful ally, and it was to go to the plane of innovation because I keep on forgetting that plane
Mechanus.
with all the
Mm.
Modrons.
Mechonis, the plane of neutrality.
And get them to Mechonis. Okay.
Mhm.
Get that somehow either convince or use some sort of mind control to have them build an airship for us so nobody in our current plane knows. And
Can we
then
not?
somehow bring that airship along with Rodimus Prime.
Right.
Or Hot Rod back to our current
Axelrod.
plane so he can have Axelrod so he can help us fight Alabar.
I'd like to once again speak up against the mind control if we can. We just ask them nice.
They will probably
The
kill us on
entire-
sight.
Tempt the entire plane of Mechanus at your own peril, my good sir. Tempt it at your own peril.
Yeah.
There might be
Not
better.
saying no.
Yeah, there may be better workforces.
If there is
What?
a better
Yeah.
way, I am all ears.
I mean, you have an entire factory. You've got the Skyfire name, plus
Yes,
the
but we
dwarves
don't want the
also build airships.
we don't want the Grave Callers to be known, so we need to like send the parts out and then have another team. Actually, no, this isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, is this maybe time to go mask off? Can we finally maybe just say, actually, we need the procurement power? Grave colors are a thing. Listen, my dad is alive. We have so many more innovations. It's worth more for everyone if they help us.
We finally get Ralos and Rick to admit that they're alive and have Brando's parents meet again.
Yay!
That would be a nice alternative plan.
Heated indoor plumbing seats are a thing of the future so long as the world fights for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Indoor plumbing seats. Restrooms for all.
Heated indoor plumbing seats. We gotta give it a little bit extra. We gotta give it a little bit extra, Brando.
Only
That's how
on
you
the
bring them in.
airship right now. Only on that airship. And then once the beta test is done, then we can ship them out to the world.
Yeah, of course.
Make money.
Uh,
Invest into stocks.
I think at
But,
one point you also. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
At one point you also said you were going to try to research making the airships available for space travel?
Yes, like maybe some sort of magical bubble or something. So we
Hmm.
can breathe, maybe.
Maybe you could use some kind of spells to like jam up the oxygen in the ship. I don't know.
Wild just shrugs and says, "There has to be some kind of spell that makes like bubbles, right?
Yeah.
Make a big bubble."
Yep.
Yeah, or like an object, a magical object that does that. I don't know.
Like breathing underwater, I don't know if that works the same as breathing in space.
Wait a minute, Brando. What if you just put a whole bunch of water in a helmet, and then cast breathe water on the helmet, and then you put
Oh.
your head in the helmet, and it's water.
So you just make a submarine that's just full of water. And then nope, wait, that doesn't.
And then that's just for your head. And then technically you could breathe anywhere.
I confused myself.
Brando
I don't know, Brando. Brando, put that on the list.
Brando is silenced, but he's also like, wait, that could work. Like with the helmet. If it's breathe underwater.
Full diving bell helmet that you just fill full of water. This is Matt. This is Matt at this point giving you that idea. This is full Matt. I don't know.
Until we get better options, but yeah, I think Brando has to. I mean that's been one plot thread that hasn't gone through on just. Yeah, Brando's mother needs to know that her father's or that his father's back, so. And they aren't really doing anything else right now. Like the great Rallis and Rick are probably doing something, but
Exactly. What does secrecy get the grave callers at this point? At this point, does the secrecy do more harm than good?
It's really
Who knows?
you guys are not really in a position to like
to blow the lid.
well you guys aren't in a position to like judge it one way or the other because the grave callers have done their level best to keep you as uninvolved as possible since losing the mongoose. So whatever they're up to and why is anybody's guess.
Exactly. So just in case, just give them the option.
Well, what should we do? Do we need to get the grave callers up and running? Rallios and Rick, what are the grave callers up to?
He takes a deep breath and he's like, "Well, there's really only one person that really knows everything. It's not me. I know quite a bit, but I don't know everything that's going on in Capital O's head." Um he thinks really hard for a second, and then he kind of leans forward and he's like, "What are you? You're a Skyfire. You want to build stuff."
I was super impressed by the airship you guys had.
Yeah, your dad
I
knows
think
how
we
to.
could use another. And I think we could in this fight, we're going to need all the firepower we can get. We need the greatest minds.
Brando, I'd like you to make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion.
17. Wilhelm squints like he has a headache or something. His his expression is one of somebody that's like, I don't want to do this. But after sitting there being like, all right,
Do you want me to take, or do you want to take me to the head honcho and we'll
nope,
discuss
nope,
this?
nope. I don't want you to even talk to him. And as a matter of fact, he looks at everybody here. He's like, nobody is supposed. Nope, none of you tell Aurelian what I'm about to say, because it's Uncle Wilhelm's job to know things, and this is one thing Aurelian doesn't want Uncle Wilhelm to know. Your uncle is back on Mechanus with your dad.
Brando's not surprised.
Yeah. I'm not supposed to tell you that. But there, I did. I told you. So you're welcome. Shut the
he was
fuck up
right,
about it, okay?
Zakar just like head desk, just like yeah, of course.
Sky fires.
Look, I know that much, okay? And I can only guess that the last time Ralos left, he didn't say why he was doing it. Guess what happened this time? Yeah, he didn't tell us why he went. But I feel like I'm getting an idea about how his brain works a little bit. Like he's probably you're his son. What would you do if you were him? Well, we're sitting here talking about it. He's got to be
What would
thinking
I
of the
do?
same thing you're thinking of, right?
Then I go back to my original plan.
I'm not crazy, right? He had to. It's how you guys work.
We work in. We'd want to be around where technology is. We get inspired by various things.
Mm-hmm.
We're sometimes more brave than we are, and stupid at the same time, but
Mhm.
also in the right ways. I
He's
still
like-
remember when my great-great-grandfather accidentally blew himself up.
He says,
Or I remember hearing stories of that,
yeah.
I should say.
Wilhelm says, look, Aurelian's mission from the beginning, as far as he has been vocal about, is we're supposed to be here helping people do the right thing. And I think helping you get to your dad would be the right thing to do. And I don't think Aurelian wants me to do that because he's scared of you and your guys, predilection for
Science above all.
well, collateral damage. And he's
Brando nods
and
slowly in
Wilhelm's
agreeance.
not Wilhelm's talking to everybody here when he says that.
Mm-hmm. This is why we do on a separate plane.
No, I think I'm in agreement on that. All right. How what do we need? What do we need? How do we get you to Mechanus? Yeah, I don't know.
Do we know where our boot wizard friend is?
You need to find a boot
Gotta
wizard?
find that boot wizard.
Boot wizard.
He's really good at finding portals.
That's how we got there before. We met a boot that was a wizard.
You just need to get to another plane, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna Wilhelm's thinking very hard. He's like, I'll send some messages or something. I'll figure something out.
Whatever it is, I will help out where I can.
Sure. I'll tell you what, Brando, we're all gonna be leaving soon, probably. Why don't you just stay here? You're supposed to be the mayor of this place anyway. Why don't you just hang around, hang here? I'm gonna try and get a hold of some people that might be able to help you, and I'll tell them where to find you. How's that sound?
Sounds good enough to me.
All right.
I can probably hire a new Bahamut priest at some point.
Hey,
Wait.
don't. I'm just Wilhelm. All right. Don't let me tell you how to mayor.
Put that one out in the paper. We'll put that one out in the paper.
Yeah. Dude, we should have a paper. I mean, I realize we have like
Oh.
5 buildings in this village, but newspaper.
We keep adding more people.
Yeah.
Well,
It would be
we
very
have
helpful.
something. We have something to replace the bank.
Mhm.
Now that the bank doesn't have a guard,
Oh.
so it can become the newspaper now.
Wilhelm looks around at everybody at the table, goes, nope, nobody's gonna be sad. Woo! He starts doing a little jig in his chair. He's like, nope, we're gonna feel better now. Happy things, happy stuff. Do I need to get drinks?
Yes. Get a drink
Your
on
dances.
me.
I was gonna say, I'm sure we already have drinks.
Oh yeah, but we might need more.
Much more booze.
Mm-hmm. If my lutes weren't on that fucking wagon, I'd sing a song or something.
Also, like, it doesn't have to be right now, but after the whole thing's over, like, Brando will continue to work in his lab on his new item.
What's your new item?
How to say?
Is it a
should I spoil
secret?
it right now?
Is it a secret?
It's a secret.
Okay.
Does Chris know the secret?
I've been working on it since before the Halloween session.
Does
we can
Chris
talk-
know the secret?
I mean, not off the top of my
I'm
head.
going
But,
to type it to Chris.
yeah.
Okay.
Where's
Anyway, it sounds like you guys have a plan. Make allies, build airship. Hire new Bahamut priest. Available do we want to make available quests into in progress quests, or how important is this stuff to you?
I mean, I think all of these ones we can leave here for now.
Okay, so we'll just leave those as back burner. The available tab will just be back burner stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yes,
Yeah. All right.
Brando is determined to get to the plane of Mechana?
Mechanus.
Mechanus?
Yeah.
Mechanus.
Mechanus is fine.
I love reading the name of the fucking plane and going there and just being, is this Metron? And just a whole bunch of like really confused Modrons just being like, actually, sir.
Yeah, pushing up there.
Yeah, just go to Mechanis and just feel like, I finally made it to Mariachi Town.
Mechanus.
Do I have that loaded? I do have that loaded. We're not gonna do it right now. He's not here.
Okay.
The man's not here. It would be disrespectful to invoke him.
Yeah.
He would never forgive.
All right. I think I feel comfortable wrapping up tonight's session with the assumption that next time we will talk about what happens on these individual quests. I'm going to be figuring out how to do that logistically. We might split the party, or we might do one big session where people just have to sit around and watch, depending on how you guys feel about it.
I like watching other people role play. Y'all are awesome.
Well,
That's fine.
for now, say goodnight to Twitch.
Good night,
Good night,
Twitch.
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 Twitch.